subscribe, like the video, and, if possible, join Patreon. But if you don't have much money, you can support the channel by watching the novels on euroaudiobooks.com. Remember that you can participate in the polls so that your favorite novel gets published for free.
S-level. Upon hearing these two words, Wang Dexing's eyes suddenly lit up. He immediately asked, "How much is the S-class sponsorship?" Zhang Kaibing said, "I'm not sure how much it will cost, but I know. In the past, the sponsorship fee for mutant talents rated as S-level has never been less than 300 million. If Lu Zhen is rated as S-level, it should not be lower than this number. 300 million, Wang Dexing said happily. Okay. Old Zhang, please be more careful about this matter." Zhang Kaibing smiled and said, "Don't worry, I know the importance of this matter better than you. This is related to my future career and the future of our entire Blue Star. Even if you ask me to stop immediately, I won't agree. All right, I won't talk nonsense to you, I'm going back." After Zhang Kaibing finished speaking, he left without looking back. Looking at his leaving figure, Lu Bo said excitedly, "Principal, Lu Zhen may be our best hope to defeat Longting High School." Wang Dexing smiled and said, "It's not the biggest hope, it's the only hope. After being suppressed by Longting High School for so many years, I must win the Jinhai City High School Martial Arts Championship this year. There is still some time before the high school martial arts competition. This period of time is enough for Lu Zhen to grow. I can't wait to see that old dog Long Tongue's face when he's defeated. Longting High School, the #1 martial arts high school in Jinhai City. He is the champion of the Jinhai City High School martial arts competition almost every year. At the same time, they also occupied the best source of warriors in Jinhai City. Almost all the outstanding martial arts junior high school students were selected by them first. The rest will be left to the martial arts high school behind. If this continues, the gap between various martial arts high schools will become wider and wider. There's a saying among students, if you can't go to Longting High School, you might as well not go to Budo High School. This was a disguised admission that in the entire Jinhai City, Longting High School was the only respectable high school. This made other martial arts high schools very unhappy. They had long wanted to bring Long Tongue down, but because the students were so poor, they simply could not compete. This resulted in Longting High School being the champion in every high school martial arts competition. But we also have to be wary of that old dog Long Tongue. Wang Dexing frowned and said, "That guy likes to use despicable means like poaching. Whenever I encounter students that I am not sure I can defeat, I try to poach them. This ensures that Longting High School will always be #1. Last year, Xiao Fangyu was snatched away by that old dog Long Tongue because he was not careful enough. No matter what, we must protect Lu Zhen this year. We must not let them take it away again. Director Lu, send someone to keep an eye on that old dog Long Tongue's every move. If he has any intention of getting close to Lu Zhen, report to me immediately." "Yes, I will ensure that the task is completed." Lu Bo nodded seriously. He knew how important this mission was. Lu Zhen is the best student that Shuijing High School has recruited in all these years. It is the only hope for Shuijing High School to change the current situation. Never let anyone else take it away. At this time, Lu Zhen was still practicing in the classroom. "I have no idea how popular I am now. Several martial arts high schools have already set their sights on him at this point." Longting High School. In the principal's office, Long Tongue was drinking tea while looking at the information in his hand. The information in his hand was exactly Lu Zhen's record in the virtual arena. Lu Zhen was on the list, and as the principal of Longting High School, he received the news first. Sizzle, Shuijing High School really has talented people every year. How come they found another treasure this year? Lu Zhen, 15 years old, 100% winning rate in the virtual arena. Gold rank. Global ranking 5794. China ranking 1337. City ranking 36. Is this even more outrageous than Xia Fangyu last year? It's a shame for such a genius to stay in Shuijing High School. We have to find a way to dig him out. Long Tongue took out his cell phone and made a call. "Hey, prepare some money for me. Prepare 30 million first. I'm going to dig someone up." After hanging up the phone, Long Tongue showed a smile on his face. Last year, Xiaofangyu only had 20 million. 30 million should be enough to poach him. To be on the safe side, let's take Xiaofangyu with us. It's a good opportunity for Lu Zhen to see how right it was for Xiaofangyu to come to Longting High School. Chapter 21 Poaching. Shuijing High School. In the principal's office, Wang Dixing handed a bank card to Lu Zhen. Lu Zhen, I said before that I would upgrade you to a special scholarship. Now the money has been distributed. There are 50 W blue star coins in this card. Every month from now on, the school will put 50 W into this card until you graduate. Lu Zhen happily took the card. 50 W blue star coins. This is too much. He was a little surprised, although he had expected that there would be a lot of special scholarships. But I didn't expect there to be so many. 50 W a month, 600 W a year, and 1,800 W in 3 years of high school. This is no small amount of money. Wang Dixing smiled and said, 50 W per month is indeed a lot for ordinary people. But for a warrior, it's not much. Now is the time when you need to grow. Source stones, exotic animal meat, and some supplements, etc. all need money. You can accept this money with peace of mind. Lu Zhen didn't hesitate and put the bank card directly into his pocket. He said with gratitude, "Thank you, Principal." Wang Dixing smiled and said, "No need to thank me. You are currently the most talented student in our Shuijing High School. You deserve it." Lu Zhen smiled. "No matter what, I still want to thank the principal." This money is indeed very important to Lu Zhen now. On the path of a warrior, if you want to improve quickly, in addition to your own hard work, you also need a large amount of source stones as assistance. And the price of source stone is not low. Just the purple source stone alone can cost up to 10 W blue star coins. Orange and yellow products are even more expensive. Lu Zhen was grateful to Wang Digang for a while and left. After school, he went to the hospital immediately. Grandma still lives in a general ward with several patients crowded into one room. There are many people coming and going every day, which is very noisy and affects your rest. Now that I have money, I can buy better accommodation for my grandma. When he came to the hospital, he changed directly to the best single ward. Not only is the environment quiet, but there are also dedicated nurses to take care of you. "Grandma, be careful." Lu Zhen helped her grandmother to the hospital bed. Grandma asked, "It's so good. Why did you suddenly change the ward for me? This is a single-room ward. Did you spend a lot of money?" Lu Zhen smiled and said, "It doesn't cost much. This ward only costs 10,000 blue star coins a day." "How much?" Grandma was shocked. 1 W blue star coins? This is too expensive. I could be discharged from the hospital in a few days. There is no need to change me to such a good ward. Lu Zhen smiled and said, "Although there are still a few days left, as long as it can make you feel more comfortable these days, I'm willing to spend more money. Aren't you always complaining that the multi-person ward is noisy at night, and you always can't sleep?" Grandma said, "But the room fee is too expensive. 10,000 yuan a month is still acceptable. But 10,000 yuan a day? What's the difference between this and robbing money?" Lu Zhen smiled and said, "Grandma, just rest in peace and recuperate. You don't have to worry about money. I'm not short of money now." Then, Lu Zhen told her grandmother that she had received a special scholarship. After hearing this, Grandma sighed, "Son, I know you feel sorry for me, but the scholarship is specially used by your principal to help you practice. You spend all your money on me. What are you going to do with your cultivation? I'm almost healed now. There's no need to waste money on a bad old woman like me." Lu Zhen said, "I can take my time with my cultivation, but I can't take my time with your affairs, Grandma. If I can't cure your disease, I really can't practice with peace of mind. When I awakened my D-level talent, I was abandoned by everyone. Only you didn't give up on me. I vowed to let you live a good life. However, since I came to you, not only have I not allowed you to live a good life, I have also spent all your savings. You have exhausted your body just to make money and train for me. As for me, I only focused on cultivating and had no idea that your illness was so serious. I almost couldn't afford the surgery. If something does happen to you, I will never forgive myself in this life." Listening to Lu Zhen's heartfelt words, Grandma was moved. "Silly boy, what are you talking about? Your parents died in the alien war. The Lu family abandoned you again. You are my grandson. I don't care about you, but who cares about you? It's okay if I'm a little bit tired. I just hope you're safe and healthy. Lu Zhen smiled. No matter how he repays his kindness to his grandmother, it will never be enough. All he can do is provide the best living conditions for his grandmother. Lu Zhen chatted with his grandmother for a long time in the hospital. He didn't leave until her grandmother went to bed at night. After leaving the hospital, just when Lu Zhen was about to go home, two figures appeared in front of him, a middle-aged man and a young man. Hello, you must be Lu Zhen. I am the principal of Longting High School. My name is Long Tongue. The person next to me is named Xia Fengyu. You should have heard of it. Is it convenient for a chat? Shuijing High School, in the principal's office. Wang Desheng is sorting out documents and getting ready to get off work. During this time, he was in a very good mood. Lu Zhen's performance completely exceeded his imagination. Lu Zhen is his most talented student since he became the principal of Shuijing High School. I don't know what's going on with Lao Zhang. I want Lu Zhen to quickly improve his strength before the high school martial arts meet. My monthly sponsorship of 500,000 yuan is not enough. Bang! Just then, the door to the principal's office was suddenly pushed open. Lu Bo ran in a panic. Director Lu, why didn't you knock on the door when you came in? Wang Desheng said with some displeasure. He found that the door to his principal's office was almost empty. I have said this many times, but everyone who comes in has to force their way in directly. Principal, something serious has happened, Lu Bo said in a panic. That old dog Long Tongue has indeed taken action. The person I sent to monitor Long Tongue just sent me a message. Long Tongue has already met with Lu Zhen. What? Wang Desheng was shocked and felt something was not good. Sure enough, as I guessed, that old dog Long Tongue is really targeting Lu Zhen. They are there now. Take me there quickly. If it's too late, it might be too late. Wang Desheng and Lu Bo rushed out of the office in a panic. Wang Desheng could see Lu Zhen's talent, and so could Long Tongue. He would not leave such an outstanding talent like Lu Zhen alone, and would definitely find a way to poach Lu Zhen away. In a luxurious hotel, Lu Zhen, Long Tongue, and Xia Fengyu sat across from each other. Long Tongue smiled and said, Lu Zhen, you are very talented. Are you interested in transferring to our Longting High School? Chapter 22, I refuse. Are you interested in transferring to our Longting High School? Longting asked. Transfer. Lu Zhen was stunned for a moment and suddenly came to find him. It turned out to be for this reason. He did not rush to agree, nor did he refuse directly, but asked, Why should I transfer schools? Long Tongue smiled and continued. It seems that you still don't know the difference between Long Tongue High School and Shuijing High School. Among all the martial arts high schools in Jinhai City, Shuijing High School can only be ranked 8th at most. Can't even get into the top 5. And our Longting High School is the #1 martial arts high school in Jinhai City. Our Longting High School, both in terms of environment and teaching staff, is more than twice as strong as other martial arts high schools. Each student who enrolls will be awarded 3 million blue star coins at a time. After enrolling, you can also receive a scholarship of 1 million yuan every month. We will also give away a house in the school district very close to Longting High School, with 3 bedrooms and 1 living room, worth nearly tens of millions, and a car with no less than 500 W. There are also various life guarantees. If your family members get sick, Longting High School will also provide reimbursement. Let you have no worries. There are many benefits. As long as you transfer to our Longting High School, you will find that Longting High School and Shuijing High School are simply a paradise and a hell. Hearing this, Lu Zhen's mouth couldn't help but twitch. Good guy. This benefit is so good. Just enrolling in school, without doing anything else, they just gave you a room and a car. How rich is Longting High School? Seeing Lu Zhen's moved expression, Long Tongue continued. These are just superficial benefits. The biggest advantage of Longting High School is that there is a strong martial artist as the teaching director. He can guide you in your cultivation at any time. There are not many opportunities to be mentored by a strong person in the extreme martial arts realm. Extreme warrior? Lu Zhen was a little surprised. The strong ones in the extreme martial realm, that is, the extreme warriors, are high-level combat power in the entire Blue Star and even the 7-star civilization. Being able to get the guidance of a martial artist in high school is not something you can do with just money. Long Tongue continued. Xiaofang Yu next to me was also a student of your Shuijing High School last year. His life level at that time was level 8.5 since he joined Longting High School under the guidance of a strong person in the extreme martial arts realm. His current life level has reached level 9.7. It's only 0.3 levels away from level 10.0. He is only 17 years old now. You can't find another 17-year-old who is about to reach the mortal martial realm in the entire Zhenhai city. I can say with absolute certainty that Xiaofang Yu is the #1 high school student in Zhenhai city. And the reason why he can grow so fast is all because of the powerful martial artist from Longting High School. If you transfer to our Longting High School, you will be like him. With the guidance of a strong person in the extreme martial arts realm, your strength will also increase rapidly. After hearing Long Tongue's words, Lu Zhen had to admit it. With the guidance of a strong person in the extreme martial arts realm, one can indeed quickly improve one's strength. But, even so, he also has no intention of transferring to another school. He said directly, "Your welfare benefits are indeed very good. It's really exciting to have the ultimate warrior guide you. But I'm sorry, I refuse to transfer to another school." Upon hearing this, Long Tongue and Xiaofang Yu were stunned on the spot. Reject? Why? Aren't you tempted by this condition? Xiaofang Yu, who was beside Long Tongue, said directly, "I also stayed at Shuijing High School. Compared with Longting High School, their conditions are simply too different. The highest scholarship is only 500,000 per month, which is not even half of that of Longting High School. Their strongest teaching director, Lu Bo, is only at the 18th level of the mortal martial realm and has not even touched the edge of the extreme martial realm. How can Shuijing High School compare with Longting High School? Continuing to stay at Shuijing High School will only be a waste of talent." Long Tongue echoed, "That's right. With your talent, it would be a pity to continue to stay at Shuijing High School. They can't give you much help. If you are willing to transfer to Longting High School, I will give you 3,000 W Blue Star coins as a one-time reward. This is not a small sum of money. Lu Zhen, I know you're a smart person, and you should know what choice is best for you." After listening to what they said, Lu Zhen didn't hesitate at all and blurted out, "I'm sorry. I still refuse." "Why?" Long Tongue and Xiaofang Yu asked together. They couldn't figure it out. The conditions between the two sides are so different. Everyone can tell which side has better benefits and which side is more conducive to martial arts growth. But why did Lu Zhen still refuse? Long Tongue and Xiaofang Yu couldn't understand. It's not just them. Even Wang Daxing and Lu Bo couldn't figure it out. "Headmaster, it seems that Lu Zhen rejected them." Just outside the private room of the hotel, Lu Bo couldn't help but say, "Just now." After Wang Daxing and Lu Bo arrived, Wang Daxing suddenly stopped. He originally wanted to go in and interrupt their conversation, but when he got here, he suddenly hesitated. Wang Daxing wanted to know what choice Lu Zhen would make if Longting High School extended an olive branch to Lu Zhen. Will he be like Xiaofang Yu, unable to withstand temptation and choose to betray himself? Of course, he could stop them if he just barged in, but with his feet on Lu Zhen's body, if he really wanted to leave, he couldn't stop them. If Lu Zhen chose to betray, although he would feel uncomfortable, he could understand it. After all, the gap between Longting High School and Shuijing High School is not the slightest bit. Going to Longting High School will indeed be more helpful for my martial arts growth. But Lu Zhen's answer moved him very much. In the box, Lu Zhen said without hesitation, "You don't need to say any more. I will not transfer schools. If there's nothing else, I'll leave." Seeing that Lu Zhen was leaving, Xiaofang Yu suddenly became anxious. He shouted to Lu Zhen, "Are you a fool? We have already made the conditions of Longting High School so clear. Why refuse? What is there in Shuijing High School that is worthy of your nostalgia?" Upon hearing this, Lu Zhen pointed at him unceremoniously and said, "Because I look down on you." "You." Xiaofang Yu's face turned livid at these words, and anger instantly rose in his heart. "Don't yell at me. I won't tolerate you." Lu Zhen continued, Xia Fangyu, I know you. You have a great reputation in Shueijing High School. I heard that you almost helped Shueijing High School win the high school martial arts championship last year. However, he suddenly switched sides and transferred to Longting High School, which caused Shueijing High School to miss out on the championship. Your mother was seriously ill and was hospitalized. Her life was in danger. You joined Shueijing High School because you were short of money. But the 20W subsidy for joining Shueijing High School is simply not enough. Principal Wang saw how pitiful you were, so he directly helped you advance several million in medical expenses. You don't even have to pay it back. He also puts a lot of thought and money into your training. He treats you better than your biological father. But what about you? You turned around and betrayed him. Are you worthy of him? Chapter 23, we are very touched. Are you worthy of Principal Wang's cultivation of you? Lu Zhen said unceremoniously. You. Xia Fangyu's face turned pale at Lu Zhen's words. He was indeed sorry for Wang Dushing in this matter, but he did not regret his original choice. Xia Fangyu sneered. Principal Wang did support me with some money, but I've paid back all the money he funded me. I don't owe him anything anymore. I don't know whether you owe him or not. Lu Zhen sneered, but I know that without Principal Wang's help, your mother would have died in the hospital. You betrayed him. Don't you feel guilty at all? Lu Zhen has a say in this matter. His grandmother was seriously ill and was hospitalized. Without Wang Dishing's help, she would never have recovered so quickly. But Xia Fangyu's situation was even more serious than him. Wang Dishing's kindness to him cannot be measured by money. Guilty. Why should I feel guilty? I have a clear conscience. Didn't he take extra care of me because of my talent? If I have poor talent, will you look at me more? He gave me funding just because he wanted me to win the high school martial arts competition for him, and I just need his money. To put it bluntly, it's just an exchange of interests, Xia Fangyu said righteously. He didn't think he had done anything wrong in this matter. It is human nature to seek advantages and avoid disadvantages. Since it's an exchange of interests, why did you choose to transfer to another school on the eve of the high school martial arts meet? If you don't turn early, you won't turn late, but at that time, to put it bluntly, you are an ungrateful villain. I look down on you, Lu Zhen said directly. What he hates is betrayal. He knew the feeling better than anyone when he was betrayed and separated from his family after awakening his D-level talent. You, how dare you call me a villain? Lu Zhen's words directly angered Xia Fangyu. Because of his sudden transfer of schools, Xia Fangyu was often called ungrateful in private. Therefore, he is extremely sensitive to these 4 words. Once they are mentioned, he becomes irritable and irritable. Now, Lu Zhen completely angered him. Xia Fangyu became angry and punched Lu Zhen fiercely. Puff! That punch was unceremonious and directly unleashed all of his strength. He looked like he was going to beat Lu Zhen to death. Lu Zhen saw this and punched him back. Bang! The 2 fists clashed, and the powerful impact knocked them back several steps. What? 4 levels of martial arts. Xia Fangyu felt incredible. Lu Zhen is actually a 4th-level martial artist. Xia Fangyu still wanted to continue taking action. At this moment, a figure suddenly appeared and knocked him away. Stop! Wang Dishing stood in front of Lu Zhen, and Lu Bo followed closely behind. Wang Dishing, Lu Bo, why is it you? Long Ting couldn't help but feel surprised when he saw the 2 of them. Wang Dishing said solemnly, Long Tongue, you guys are so shameless. You failed to poach, but you still want to take action? Blue Star's law stipulates that warriors cannot fight privately. Are you trying to break the law? Hearing this, Long Tongue frowned and said to Xia Fangyu beside him, Fangyu, how can you be so impulsive? Blue Star's law stipulates that those who fight in private must be detained. It can take as little as a few months, and in serious cases, it may even lead to a prison sentence. The lethality of warriors can be much greater than that of ordinary people, and the damage they cause will be greater, even affecting the lives and safety of ordinary people. Therefore, fights between warriors are absolutely not allowed. Long Ting also didn't expect that Xia Fangyu would suddenly become violent. Lu Zhen's words seemed to stimulate him greatly. Misunderstandings are all misunderstandings. Young and energetic, It is inevitable that you will be a little irritable. Lu Zhen, please don't mind. Long Tongue immediately apologized and smiled. After saying that, Long Tongue turned to Xia Fangyu with a dark face and said, Fangyu, you still haven't apologized to Lu Zhen. Xia Fangyu was very reluctant, but he also knew that he was indeed impulsive, so he could only say helplessly, I was impulsive, and I apologize to you. Before Lu Zhen could answer, Long Tongue immediately laughed and said, Haha, isn't this great? How nice that everyone could talk calmly. Since Lu Zhen doesn't want to come to our Longting High School, I won't force him. Fangyu, let's go. With that said, without waiting for anyone else to respond, he directly pulled Xia Fangyu away. He knew that with Wang Daxing's appearance, it was impossible to succeed in poaching this time. Just after they left, Long Tongue's expression changed instantly. Fangyu, you were too impulsive just now. Do you know what would have happened to you if Lu Zhen hadn't blocked that punch? If Lu Zhen is injured, Wang Daxing can use this to sue you. You'll have to spend the next few months in a detention center. Xia Fangyu also felt a little scared. He also regretted that he couldn't hold back at that time. He actually lost his mind and rushed forward. Long Tongue said displeasedly to Xia Fangyu, Fortunately, Lu Zhen took it. You can only fight each other, and it didn't cause any big damage. Even if you sue, you won't get much punishment. At most, you'll pay some money. However, this lesson must be remembered. Don't be so impulsive next time. Xia Fangyu nodded and said, I remember. Long Tongue continued, but I didn't expect that Lu Zhen would actually reach the 4th level of martial arts. He is only 15 years old now. No wonder he can win so many consecutive games in the virtual arena. 15 years old, 4th level of martial arts. His talent is probably stronger than I thought. It's a pity that we didn't dig him up this time. But it doesn't matter. He will not affect the outcome of this Gaowu martial arts tournament. Although he is also in the 4th stage of martial arts, at first glance, it seems that he has just broken through. And you're already at the 4th level intermediate level. He is still no match for you. In this year's high school martial arts meet, the champion is our Longting High School. The reason why Long Tongue wanted to recruit Lu Zhen was actually because he was afraid that he would affect the outcome of this high school martial arts meet. But it doesn't matter even if you don't dig it. At most, it's just a matter of putting in more effort during the martial arts meeting. In a hotel room, after Long Tongue and Xia Fangyu left, Wang Daxing looked at Lu Zhen and asked with a worried look, Lu Zhen, are you okay? It's okay, Lu Zhen said with a smile. Principal, Director Lu, why are you here? He was a little curious as to why these two people suddenly appeared here. Director Lu smiled and said, To tell you the truth, the principal and I are actually afraid that you will be seduced by that old dog Long Tongue and transfer to another school. This is how Xia Fangyu was poached last year. We were worried, so we came here specially. However, our worries seem to be a bit unnecessary. Yes, Wang Daxing said with a smile. Director Lu and I still underestimated you. Lu Zhen, we all heard what you just said. To be honest, we are very touched. Chapter 24, What a good character. Wang Daxing continued. You are the most talented student we have recruited this year. He is also the most talented student in the history of Shuijing High School. As long as you make steady progress, you have a great chance to lead our Shuijing High School to win the High School Martial Arts Championship today. You are our hope to win the championship this year. Lu Zhen was a little surprised. This was the first time he knew that he was carrying such a big mission. Wang Daxing continued, I'm really afraid that you will be poached by Longting High School. That old dog Long Tongue has never failed in poaching people himself. This is the first time he's been deflated. He pays a lot of money every time he poaches someone. Almost no one he poached could resist the temptation. If you were poached, I would feel sad, but I would understand. After all, the conditions at Longting High School are much better than our Shuijing High School. There's no way we can compare. But even in the face of such temptation, you didn't leave. This is something neither Director Lu nor I expected. We are really touched that you can stay. Lu Zhen, thank you very much for continuing to stay at Shuijing High School. Wang Daxing said from the bottom of his heart. When he learned that Lu Zhen rejected the other party, he was extremely moved. Lu Zhen smiled and said, Principal, you don't need to thank me. I should be the one thanking you. When my grandma was seriously ill and was hospitalized and needed surgery fees, you gave me the money without saying a word. And they gave me hundreds of thousands more. I still remember it to this day. I was only a D-level talent at that time, and I was not worthy of the attention you paid to me. But you still helped me without hesitation. How can I forget your kindness? Although I'm only a freshman in high school, I also know what it means to repay gratitude. The money they gave me was indeed a lot, but in my opinion, some things are more important than money. Hearing this, Wang Dexing was so moved that he almost cried. When I first helped Lu Zhen, I just felt that he was pitiful and didn't think much about it at all. I didn't expect to receive such a big gift in return today. Is this what goes well? I finally felt it today. Okay. I feel your feelings. We won't say anything about gratitude, otherwise it would become a bit pretentious. Wang Dexing patted Lu Zhen on the shoulder with satisfaction. An old man like him simply couldn't bear such sensational words. If he keeps talking, he might really drop his little pearl. Lu Zhen, there's news I forgot to tell you. Do you remember the last time we detected that you were a mutant talent? Wang Dexing changed the topic. Lu Zhen nodded. Remember, Wang Dexing said, Leader Zhang has already reported the fact that you have a mutant talent. As long as you pass the rating, you'll get a lot of sponsorship fees. Sponsorship fee? Lu Zhen's eyes instantly lit up when he heard that there was money. He asked curiously, approximately how many will there be? Wang Dexing smiled and said, you are only 15 years old now, and you already have the 4th level of martial arts, plus your life level of 9.2. And your amazing mental power. No matter from which angle you look at it, it has reached S-class standards. If nothing else happens, you are very likely to be rated S-level. And the sponsorship fee for S-class is no less than 300 million. 300 million! Lu Zhen was shocked when he heard this number. This is not hundreds or tens of millions, but hundreds of millions. Wang Dexing smiled and said, as long as this money arrives, you will no longer have to worry about money in the future. If you need to buy source stones and exotic animal meat, don't be polite and buy them boldly. What you have to do now is to improve your strength as soon as possible. There is not much time left before the high school martial arts meet. I will. Lu Zhen nodded happily. As long as he has this sponsorship, he can indeed improve his strength without any scruples. If he only had a special scholarship of 50W, he might still hesitate to buy origin stone and exotic animal meat. After all, you only have so much money a month, and source stones and exotic animal meat are not cheap. But if there were those 300 million, it would be different. Wang Dexing smiled and said, it's getting late. Do you want to have a late-night snack before going back? Lu Zhen smiled and said, no need. Thank you, Principal. I could just go back by myself. Lu Zhen said goodbye to Wang Dexing and Lu Bo and left directly. Watching his leaving figure, Wang Dexing and Lu Bo sighed with emotion. Principal, Lu Zhen has such a good character. There are not many children who value friendship so much. Lu Bo couldn't help but said. Wang Dexing smiled and said, yes. It's really extraordinary to be able to withstand such a huge temptation. We didn't expect him to refuse, but he still refused. Compared with him, our vision is much short-sighted. Speaking of this, Wang Dexing instantly became proud. I said at the beginning that Lu Zhen would never betray me. Now that I see it, I really saw the right person. Director Lu, you didn't believe it at first, but this time you are convinced. Yes. Director Lu quickly echoed. Principal, you have a very discerning eye. I underestimated you. I accept the punishment. Let me treat you to the supper tonight. Wang Dexing said proudly. Then I won't be polite. On his way back, Lu Zhen stopped by an origin stone store. The source stone store is responsible for selling source stone. Welcome, sir. May I help you with anything? A waitress came over immediately. Lu Zhen said, I'll buy some source stones. The waiter said, okay. I wonder what origin stone you need. In addition to red grade, we have various grades of source stones. Lu Zhen said, give me 3 purple source stones first. Okay, please wait a moment. The waiter's eyes lit up, and he immediately went to prepare. I didn't expect that this young man was quite rich. He bought the purple origin stone for 3 yuan. Isn't this the rich second generation? The way the waitress looked at Lu Zhen became a little different. Soon, the waiter brought up 3 packaged purple source stones. I wonder if, sir, should you swipe your card or scan your QR code? 3 pieces of purple origin stone are 30W, and most people can't carry that much cash. Swipe your card. Lu Zhen proudly took out a bank card. He is no longer short of money and must improve his strength as soon as possible. The best way to improve your strength is to directly use kryptonite. Last time, 5 pieces of purple grade source stones made his stock rise sharply. I don't know how much it will rise this time. After paying the bill, Lu Zhen was about to leave when the waitress handed him a card. Sir, your consumption in our store reaches 30W Blue Star coins. You have become a member of our store. This is your membership card. Next time you spend in our store, we will give you a 5% discount. Thank you very much. Lu Zhen took the membership card without hesitation. Although the discount is not much, mosquito legs are also meat. It's worth saving a little bit. Chapter 25, 4 Stages of Movement. Promotional Competition. After returning home, Lu Zhen couldn't wait to start practicing. He took out 3 purple source stones and was looking forward to them. I don't know how much I can improve this time. Do you want to refine 3 purple source stones? The voice of the system sounded in my mind. Lu Zhen said without hesitation, yes. The source stone is being refined. Lu Zhen felt a constant flow of warmth all over his body. This is the benefit of having a system. Normal warriors need special equipment to refine the source stone. If you have your own system, you can just use it directly. Not only is it convenient, but it can also absorb 100% of the energy of the source stone. After a few minutes, refining is over. Lu Zhen felt that he had more strength. The properties of the panel have also changed, but the change is not as big as he imagined. Life level, 9.21, not yet entered. Speed, 23.0 meters per second. Strength, 1,315 kilograms. Spirit, 15.9. Martial skills, fist proficiency, 4th level 7%. Direct punch, 4th level 7%. KO fist, 4th level 7%. Fountain of talent, 3%. When the spring water reaches 100%, the talent will be upgraded to level B. Spring of spiritual power, 49%. Can consume spring water to irrigate oneself and improve physical attributes. How did it improve so much? Before, when I was in D level, a few pieces of purple grade source stones could give me a huge increase in attributes. And now the purple origin stone can only improve me with mosquito legs. It seems that after being promoted to C level talent, more and more energy is required. Just to reach C level, you need so many source stones. How much more will it take to upgrade to be level, A level, and S level? After all, this 300 million sponsorship is not particularly sufficient. No matter what, it doesn't matter to what extent it can be improved. If you have no money, think of another way. It's time to play in the virtual arena. Lu Zhen activated the virtual bracelet. His consciousness instantly appeared in the preparation room of the virtual arena. Before you start fighting, you need to learn a body skill. Lu Zhen never forgot that Lu Bo once said that a warrior needs at least 1 output skill and 1 body skill. Entering the competitive store, a variety of skills appeared in front of him. Output skills include boxing, swordsmanship, spearmanship, knife skills, stick skills, and other various weapon skills. Shinfa skills are relatively simple, with only 1 option. Phantom Step, 1,000 competitive points. Yunyubu, 1,000 competitive points. Taisubu, 1,000 competitive points. Red Flame Step, 1,000 competitive points. There are various movement skills, each of which requires the same price, which is 1,000 competitive points. Lu Zhen now has 3,000 points, which is enough to learn skills. He looked at the descriptions of these skills and finally chose 1, Phantom Step. There is nothing special about this skill. It just simply improves speed and movement. Compared with other miscellaneous body skills, this skill is more pure. There are no fancy functions. It just simply increases the speed. Your martial arts level is on average level 4. The level of Phantom Step will be automatically synchronized. Martial skills, Fist Mastery, 4th level 7%. Direct Punch, 4th level 7%. KO fist, 4th level 7%. Phantom step, 7%. Average martial arts level. This function is really good. When your level gets higher in the future, you can learn everything in seconds. Cool. For normal martial artists, every time they learn a new martial skill, they have to start from scratch. It is a very troublesome and energy-consuming thing. But this pain point almost doesn't exist for Zhen. Alright, I also learned body skills. It's time to score points. Last time I didn't have any physical skills, so I relied solely on my own speed. You won't have any advantage against someone of the same level. And this time I supplement my body skills. I don't know how much change I can bring about. Personal competition is being matched. Opponent matched successfully. Opponent position. Golden 5, 53 points. After 30 seconds, the battle begins. Zhen turned into a ray of light and appeared on the battlefield. And a figure also appeared not far from him. His opponent was a black man, very tall, and his weapon was a huge tomahawk. When the black man saw Zhen's rank, he couldn't help but smile. Golden one, it seems he has just been promoted. This one is sent to the branch again. Cool. Remaining time to prepare. The battle begins. Go to hell. The black man raised his tomahawk and struck Zhen. Zhen dodged in a flash and easily. This is 4 stages of movement. The black man was shocked. Normal warriors put most of their training energy into output skills. After all, high output is king. No matter how fast the speed is, it is useless if the damage is not enough. Very few people focus on physical skills. That's not to say that no one can reach the 4th level of body skills. But the 4th level of body skills should not appear in the gold level. In the golden tier, the output skill level is generally between the 3rd and 4th tiers. Shinfa skills only have 1 or 2 stages at most. As for Zhen's 4 levels of body skills, they don't look like they should be for this level. Shit. 4 stages of Shinfa. Now we are in trouble. I only have 1 level of movement skills, so I can't catch up with him. The black man frowned, feeling a little troubled. Zhen couldn't help but be surprised after escaping the attack. FK. Did body skills increase my speed so much? Zhen could clearly feel that since he learned the movement technique, his speed had nearly doubled compared to before. If the current speed is considered normal walking, the previous speed was like a turtle crawling. If I had this speed yesterday, my rank would be more than gold 1. But it doesn't matter. Just raise your rank today. Crazy points. Officially begins. Zhen smiled crookedly, clenched his fists, and rushed towards the opponent. Bang! It explodes at full speed, generating a burst of high-pressure airflow. So fast. In an instant, Zhen appeared in front of the black man. The speed was so fast that the black man had no time to dodge and could only raise his tomahawk in defense. Want to block? You can block the front, but what about the back? Zhen's figure flashed again and appeared behind the black man in an instant. Oops! Just as the black man was about to turn around and defend himself, a fist as big as a sandbag was already hitting his head. Bang! With the help of the 4-stage boxing technique, it only took 1 punch to blow the black man's head off. Dang dang, the battle axe fell to the ground and made a crisp sound. Then there was the collapse of a headless corpse. The battle is over. Winner! Zhen, it's so relaxing. The gold level opponents are not that good either. It looks like there will be another massacre today. Then, Zhen once again performed rank matching. Before I knew it, I had played nearly 100 games. His record is also green. Almost a complete victory. But the difficulty has also become greater and greater. He is only in the gold rank, but he can already match people in the platinum rank. And a lot of times. But Zhen still gritted his teeth and won. His rank was directly promoted from gold to gold 5, and his points reached 100 points. He is just short of the last promotion match, and he can rise to the platinum rank. Chapter 26. Beg me, and I will let you win. Blue Star. White Eagle Country. In a luxurious villa, a white man is starting a live broadcast, and his live broadcast screen is exactly the virtual arena. Hey guys, since the broadcast started, we have played a total of 9 individual competitions. Currently 9 consecutive wins, Platinum 5th rank. There's only one chance left to unlock the 10-game winning streak achievement. Guys, do you think I can win the last one? If you think you can win, deduct 1 on the public screen. In the White Eagle Kingdom, the live broadcast of the virtual arena is very popular. Almost every warrior has the habit of watching live broadcasts. The white man's name is George, and he is a very popular sports anchor in the White Eagle country. The content of the live broadcast is to score points in the virtual arena. He was very lucky today. Since the broadcast started, he has won 9 consecutive victories. There's only one chance left to reach the achievement of 10 consecutive victories. Now, the number of people in his live broadcast room has reached 100,000 plus. Countless viewers are waiting for him to start the next rank match. Countless ones also floated across the barrage in the live broadcast room. Haha, it seems that the guys all think highly of me. Then I will start the 10th rank match. George pressed the match button. Personal competition is being matched. Opponent matched successfully. Opponent position. Golden 5, 100 points. After 30 seconds, the battle begins. George's figure instantly appeared on the battlefield, and his opponent also appeared not far away. And when he saw his opponent's rank, he couldn't help but laugh. Ha ha ha. It's actually a gold rank. Sent to the branch again. This is a sure win. George laughed happily. He's at the platinum level and has no idea how to lose. When the audience in the live broadcast room saw this scene, they couldn't help but complain. Shit, we won 9 games in a row and haven't been sanctioned yet. In the last game, I actually arranged for him to have a gold level player to give him points. This bullshit matching system. Why haven't such good things happened to me? The guy opposite is also an unlucky guy. He was able to match the gold rank to the platinum rank. What a poor kid. He's going to lose points again. Barrage kept passing by. At this time, George noticed his opponent's points. His eyes lit up, and he instantly thought of the content of the whole life. Guys, look, the Golden Boy's points are 100 points, which means that this battle is a promotion match. But his opponent is me. He will definitely not win. Do you think I should be a good person and give him a hand? Give him a smooth promotion? George started conversation. The audience in the live broadcast room also responded immediately. Let him. It's not easy for the poor kid to get points. Why should I give in? No one gave in my promotion match. Why should he give in the promotion match? The barrage content was extremely intense. Some say they will give in, and some say they won't. Looking at these barges, George smiled and said, Guys, you don't have to fight. I've got a great idea. The outcome of this promotion match might as well be decided by the golden guy on the opposite side. If he begs me to let him, then I will let him. If he doesn't beg me, then I can only win with tears. Hear this. The audience became interested instantly. They know. George is going through trouble again. I saw George click the private chat button. The next second, an application box appeared in front of the opponent. Zhen was waiting boredly for the countdown. In this battle, although his opponent was in the platinum rank, he didn't care. This is not the first time he has met a platinum opponent in the gold rank. At this moment, a pop-up window suddenly popped up. An opponent initiates a private chat request from you. Do you accept it? Private chat. Seeing this pop-up window, Zhen felt a little strange, but he did not refuse and clicked accept directly. Waiting for time is idle. It is better to see what the opponent wants to say. George, hey man, do you want to win the promotion match? Zhen. George, do you want to win the promotion match? Zhen. Is there anyone who doesn't want to win with a high score? George, then just say, please, brother George, let me win. I'll let you win this game. Zhen, I'm sick. Private chat has been interrupted. Haha. Guys, you all saw it too. I've given that boy a chance to advance, but he doesn't cherish it. Then you can't blame me. George couldn't help but laugh. The viewers in the live broadcast room also looked helpless after seeing the two chatting. As long as you don't beg for mercy when you meet a platinum level master. He actually hung up the private chat directly. That golden boy is really pretending. He doesn't think he can win, does he? The gold tier has reached the platinum tier. I thought he was a bit pitiful at first, but now I just want to say, kill him quickly. That kid is so crazy. He doesn't even take George seriously. He must be repaired severely. The barrage in the live broadcast room was originally somewhat sympathetic to the opponent, but now it has almost become one-sided. It's all about telling George to kill the other person quickly. When George saw this, he couldn't help laughing and said, "Okay, guys, since you all want me to kill him, then I will do what you want. As a host, the most important thing you care about is your reputation. Fighting between platinum tier and gold tier is inherently bullying. As a big anchor, the last thing he wants to see is fans saying that he bullies the small ones. But with his pace, few people would think so. Even if some people say that he bullies the small, he can be said to be the audience's request. No wonder him. Countdown 3, 2, and the battle begins. Guys, just watch how I play with this golden boy." The waiting time is over. George picked up the sword and rushed towards the opponent. He was very fast and arrived in front of Zhen in an instant. "Boy, if you don't want to give me a chance, then don't blame me. Suffer death." The sword's blade was piercing with cold light, and it struck Zhen mercilessly. Zhen swayed and dodged easily. Then, he quickly adjusted his posture, made a fist with his right hand, and slammed towards the opponent. So fast. Looking at the fierce fist, George was shocked. He wanted to avoid it, but was still a little slow. The chest was hit hard by that punch. The entire body was thrown tens of meters away by that punch. Puff! George's body rolled several times on the ground before stopping. He quickly climbed to his feet and assumed a defensive posture. And the way he looked at Zhen changed from disdain to horror. This is 4 stages of boxing. There's still 4 levels of body skills. How is this possible? George's eyes widened, and he looked at each other in disbelief. Chapter 27, check the results. 4 levels of movement plus 4 levels of martial arts. Is this the level that a gold rank can achieve? George looked shocked and in disbelief. Most gold-level warriors have between the 3rd and 4th levels of martial arts. Even 4th-level martial arts are relatively common among gold-level players, which is not unusual. But the 4th level of body skills is quite rare in the golden level. Not to mention the gold rank. Even in the platinum rank, there are not many people who can reach the 4th level of body skills. Of course, there are people who can possess both the 4th level of physical skills and the 4th level of martial arts. But such people are usually in high ranks. At least they all start at diamond level. And a gold level warrior actually possesses 4 levels of martial arts and 4 levels of body skills at the same time. This is somewhat outrageous. The audience in the live broadcast room were all shocked when they saw this scene. Give crap. Oh my God, did I read that right? That golden boy actually has 4 levels of martial arts and 4 levels of movement. If I hadn't seen his rank in advance, I would have thought he was in diamond rank. The audience was shocked. At this time, George had lost his initial calmness. He couldn't help but become nervous, and his forehead began to sweat. FK. Although I am also in the 4th level of martial arts, my body skills are only in the 2nd level. I can't match his speed. If you want to win, you have to find his flaws. As a senior competitive anchor, George will not give up fighting just because the opponent's attributes are better than his own. Having good attributes does not mean you will definitely win. Fighting depends more on mentality, combat skills, and combat experience. As a competitive anchor, he has experienced at least 1,000 battles, and he has encountered every battle situation. As long as you play well, you still have a chance to win. George gave up the attack and directly put on a defensive posture. If you can't match the opponent's speed, attacking rashly is courting death. Seeing this, Zhen couldn't help but smile. Why did you get scared after just 1 punch from me? Weren't you very arrogant just now? Since you don't attack, then let me do it. Zhen exploded at full speed and rushed towards George. Punch hard at the opponent. George raised his sword in defense. Only a sound of bang was heard. The collision of fists and weapons made a harsh sound. George was knocked back several steps by the punch. However, he still adopted a defensive strategy and did not choose to counterattack. Fortunately, his 4th-stage martial arts is only at the elementary level, so it's not very powerful. My defenses can stop it. His attack is so fierce, it consumes a lot of physical energy. When his energy is exhausted, it's time for me to fight back. George had a strategy in mind. Lu Zhen launched another attack. Another fierce punch. Bang! George still adopted a defensive posture and resisted Lu Zhen's attacks again and again. This scene made the audience in the live broadcast room couldn't help but marvel. As expected of George, find a way to deal with it so quickly. As long as you don't compete with the opponent for speed, there is still hope of winning. Come on, George. Kill that golden boy. Don't let him be too arrogant. The audience in the live broadcast room continued to cheer for George. George on the battlefield was convinced that his strategy was correct after successfully resisting Lu Zhen's attacks again and again. It's exactly what I expected. As long as he doesn't attack and doesn't expose his flaws, he can't do anything to me. He should be very tired now. A smile of triumphant conspiracy appeared on George's face. At this moment, Lu Zhen also realized that something was wrong. How come this guy is as cowardly as a turtle? My martial arts level is still a little low, and my lethality is also a little worse. There's no way he can get past his defense. It's not an option to spend so much time. Looks like we have to make some big news. Lu Zhen didn't want to tangle with the opponent anymore and planned to end the battle in one go. I saw his fists clenched tightly, and a faint red light glowed on his body. KO fist. 3 times. What move is this? Seeing Lu Zhen's strange appearance, George felt a little strange. But he didn't wait for his reaction. Lu Zhen had already rushed towards him. So fast. George was shocked. Lu Zhen's speed was actually much faster than before. George quickly raised his sword to defend himself. Lu Zhen's fist hit him. Bang! The sword broke. That punch directly broke the sword and pierced George's heart. What? He looked at his chest being punched with a hole. George's eyes widened, and he couldn't believe it. How could the power of this punch be so great? The battle ended with George's heart being shot through. George's body slowly fell to the ground. A voice instantly sounded on the battlefield. The battle is over. The live broadcast room screen also returned to the preparation room again. Now, in George's live broadcast room, there was dead silence. The person who just shouted for George to beat the other party to death also lost his voice. Everyone was shocked by Lu Zhen's last punch just now. Wardfa, what kind of punch was that just now? He actually broke George's sword with one punch and even penetrated his body. This is so FG scary. I saw a big word defeat displayed on my settlement interface. George couldn't stand it any longer. FK, what the hell is this guy like? Why is the damage so high? This is not at all like the damage that a 4th stage martial art should do. George himself is also a 4th level martial artist, and he knows very well what harm the 4th level martial arts can do. He was very sure that Lu Zhen's last punch had already exceeded the damage that should have been caused by the 4th level of martial arts. It has even reached the level of damage that can only be achieved by 5th stage martial arts. Could this kind of damage really be caused by Golden Boy? No, I have to check his record. George couldn't help it. He wanted to know how a golden level warrior could have 4 levels of martial arts and 4 levels of movement. Even the damage dealt has reached a level that can only be achieved by 5th stage martial arts. Check it. Check it. We want to see it too. The audience in the live broadcast room are also very curious about Lu Zhen. They also want to know where this golden boy comes from and why he is so fierce. And after George clicked on the other party's message, they were completely confused. Name, the other party has hidden. Rank, Platinum 1, 0 points shows 308. Winning rate, 100%. This. See each other's information. George and everyone in the live broadcast room were all shocked. Gift Crab, Wardfa, 308 games. 100% winning rate. This. What the hell is a record that a human can achieve? Everyone stared wide-eyed and couldn't believe it. It wouldn't be surprising if there was a 100% winning rate in dozens of games. Many people can do it, but this is not a few dozen, but more than 300. You know, too many winning streaks not only result in fewer points won. Moreover, you will be sanctioned by the system, and you will be matched with many high-level opponents. But even so, he actually won. FK. When I saw the gold rank, I thought they were giving me points. I didn't expect that they were here to punish me. After reading his opponent's record, George couldn't help but curse. When he thought about it, he mocked him before the war started. Now it seems that I'm simply a clown. Chapter 28 First in winning rate. Fighting all night. Finally reached the platinum rank. Watching my rank change from gold to platinum, Lu Zhen couldn't help but sigh. I have too many consecutive wins now, and the points gained are getting less and less. And each opponent in the queue is stronger than the last. Now that I have reached the platinum level, I will probably be matched with diamond level players. With my current level, it shouldn't be a problem to win against someone in the platinum rank. But if you want to win against someone in the diamond rank, it should be very difficult. Let's get here first today. It's not too late to continue to increase your points after your strength improves. Compared to defeating his opponents with difficulty, Lu Zhen prefers to crush them with strength. At this time, Lu Zhen noticed that his ranking seemed to have changed. Global list, 3,123. China ranking, 468. City list, 9 upgraded to platinum. The ranking has improved so much. The global rankings suddenly improved by more than 2,000 places. The Huagua ranking even directly entered the top 500. The city list has also entered the top 10. My speed increase can be described as riding on a rocket. The rankings in the virtual arena are divided into peak rankings and junior rankings. In the entire Blue Star, only the top 100 strongest warriors can ascend to the top list. As for the youth list, only warriors aged 15 to 18 can be on the list. Lu Zhen looked at the rankings. Rank number 1 in the world is a guy named Dandy Lewis, 18 years old, from Rooster Country. Rank is Falling Sunday. He is 3 steps taller than Lu Zhen. To be ranked number 1 on the global list is almost recognized as the number 1 genius in Blue Star. Lu Zhen knew that he couldn't compare with him yet, so he didn't pay much attention to the global rankings, but instead focused on the Chinese rankings and city rankings. In the Huagua ranking, the guy named one Nanjiang ranked first, 18 years old, Falling Sun rank, and ranking 3rd in the global rankings. This is something Lu Zhen can't compare to at the moment. But Lu Zhen can still compete for the top spot in the city list. Lu Zhen is currently located in Jinhai City. The number 1 ranking in Jinhai City is a girl named Tu Lily. He is also 18 years old, diamond rank, and is currently in college, not a high school student. Ranked 2nd is also an 18-year-old college student. The 3rd place is a high school student. And that high school student is Xia Fangyu, currently 17 years old. He is also in platinum level 5 and is still just shy of being promoted to diamond level. He is also the highest-ranked high school student in Jinhai City. Seeing this name, Lu Zhen couldn't help but smile. Xia Fangyu is actually the strongest high school student in Jinhai City. It seems that the martial arts environment in Jinhai City is not very good. Lu Zhen and Xia Fangyu fought against each other once. Although there was only one punch, Lu Zhen could feel that the opponent was not much stronger than himself. If I use the kamikaze fist, I can still defeat him easily. Lu Zhen browsed the rankings for a while and then left the virtual arena. After more than 100 consecutive battles, his mental power was almost exhausted, plus he used KO fist again. Now my whole body feels exhausted, but he still didn't rest. Instead, he started practicing again. You practice direct punch once, and the spring of spiritual power will be slightly improved. You practice phantom step once, and the spring of spiritual power will be slightly improved. Until I practiced for almost 3 hours. Only then did Lu Zhen stop. He lay on the ground, breathing heavily. If you practice step by step, your improvement is still too slow. If you want to improve quickly, you must use the Source Stone. Shuijing High School. In the principal's office, Wang Dixing is looking at a document. The document shows that the time for the Jinhai City High School Martial Arts Tournament has been determined. It officially starts in 2 weeks. The content of the Budokai is the same as in previous years, using virtual battles. The purpose is to prevent casualties from fighting. Every young warrior in the 7-star civilization is very precious. Before you officially enter the mortal martial realm, if you can avoid getting hurt, it's best not to get hurt. The competition content of the Budokai is divided into individual battles and team battles. Individual battles are 1v1 battles. Compete on the same stage to determine who is the strongest high school student in Jinhai City. The team battle is a battle royale competition with a team of 3 people. However, team battles are not particularly important. It depends more on individual battle results. There are still 2 weeks left. We have to start preparing. Wang Dexing is planning how to start preparing for the high school martial arts meet. At this moment, his office door was pushed open again. Headmaster. Lubo walked in with excitement on his face. Wang Dexing frowned and his face darkened instantly. How many times have I said this? Knock on the door when you come in. Lubo didn't pay attention to Wang Dexing's words, but said to himself, Principal, Lu Zhen's rank has been improved again. What rank do you think he has been promoted to? Is it promoted again? Wang Dexing was overjoyed and said excitedly, Isn't it a diamond? Lu Zhen had been directly promoted from black iron to gold the day before. Now it seems that it is not impossible to upgrade from gold to diamond. Lubo smiled and said, Principal, what you think is too crazy. It's not like you don't know how difficult it is to advance to gold and above. Lu Zhen was in the gold rank yesterday. How could he be in the diamond rank today? Wang Dexing asked, How much is that? Lubo said, We have reached platinum. Platinum, Wang Dexing said with a smile. Platinum is also very good. You went from gold to platinum in one night. And you played a lot of games, right? Lubo laughed and said, It is indeed much harder to hit gold as it goes up. Lu Zhen only hit less than 100 times in one night. However, Lu Zhen's winning rate is still 100%, and his ranking in China has already entered the top 500. The city list has even entered the top 10. If you give him a little more time, it's not impossible to get first place. Listening to Lubo's words, the smile on Wang Dexing's face grew thicker. Okay. This kid Lu Zhen can surprise me every time. He should have played almost 300 games now. Lubo said, 308 games. Wang Dexing said, More than 300 battles, we still have a 100% winning rate. If you look at this winning rate in the entire country of China, you shouldn't be able to find a second one, right? Lubo smiled and said, Not the entire country of China, but the entire Blue Star. I just wanted to check. Virtual Arena winning rate list, warriors with more than 100 games. Lu Zhen's winning rate is truly number 1. Dandy Lewis, who is number 1 on the Blue Star list, only has a winning rate of 76%. Lu Zhen's 100% winning rate has crushed almost everyone. Hearing this, Wang Dexing smiled with satisfaction. Not bad. Keep watching. If Lu Zhen's rank changes, report it to me immediately. Yes. Lubo nodded and agreed. Observing this kind of thing every day, even if Wang Dexing doesn't say anything, he will do it himself. Lu Zhen is his student, and he is very happy that his student has made great achievements. Chapter 29 Martial Alliance Headquarters. Elite Class. The students are waiting for the martial arts class to start. During this period, everyone couldn't help but chat. I've been so bored these past few days. It always feels like it's going to rain heavily. I think so. It hasn't rained for months. It's time for some rain, otherwise the weather will be extremely hot. I don't know why, but every time it rains I always feel extremely irritable and want to hit someone. At first glance, it seems that there is too much rudeness. It would be better to be less rude. You are naughty. I want to hit you right now. Suppression. Please let me go. While waiting, everyone was playing around, talking and laughing. At this time, Lubo walked in. Seeing the teacher's appearance, everyone who had been fighting just now became quiet instantly. He glanced at everyone and then said calmly, Today is strength class. Before class starts, warm up first. Everyone now puts on 200 kilograms weight-bearing clothing and runs 100 laps around the playground. Hearing this, everyone immediately started complaining. Wearing 200 kilograms? Do you have to run 100 laps? This is too tiring. How about changing it to 100 laps? 200 laps is too much. You won't die from exhaustion after running. Hearing everyone's complaints, Lubo sneered. You are warriors. If you can't bear even this little hardship, then you might as well stop being a warrior. Hurry up and go through the withdrawal procedures. I'll sign it right away. After hearing this, everyone shut up instantly. It took a lot of effort to get into martial arts high school. How could I just drop out of school? Seeing that everyone was quiet, Lubo said calmly, "You can start running. I'll only give you 10 minutes. If you can't finish it in 10 minutes, just wait to be punished." The words fell. Wind blew up from the soles of everyone's feet, and they started to move instantly. Just as Lu Zhen was about to leave, Lubo suddenly stopped him. "Lu Zhen, you don't have to run away. Come with me." Oh, Lu Zhen left with Lubo. Although everyone was confused, they didn't think much about it. It was not easy to run 100 laps in 10 minutes. Lu Zhen followed Lubo and asked curiously, "Director Lu, where are we going?" Director Lu smiled and said, "The principal is looking for you and wants to take you out." "Go out?" Lu Zhen asked doubtfully. "Where to go?" Lubo said, "I don't know either. You will know after you go there, soon." The two came to the principal's office. "Principal, I brought you someone." "Okay. Thank you for your hard work. Go and do your work." "Okay." After Lubo left, Wang Duxing smiled and said, "Lu Zhen, come with me. Alliance Leader Zhang is waiting for us." "Leader Zhang?" Lu Zhen asked, "Does he want to see me?" Wang Duxing smiled and said, "Do you still remember the sponsorship of the Wuming League I told you before?" "Remember." Lu Zhen nodded. Wang Duxing smiled and said, "The evaluation results have come out." "Come out? Have I been rated S level?" Lu Zhen asked. He has been looking forward to this result for a long time. If it is really rated as S level, there will be 300 million sponsorship fees. Wang Duxing smiled and said, "To be honest, I don't know either. Leader Zhang didn't tell me, saying that he would not announce the results until we arrived." "Okay, let's go then." Lu Zhen nodded. "I've been waiting for so long, and it's not too late." Then, Lu Zhen got into Wang Duxing's luxury car and drove towards the Wuming League. Soon, they arrived at the Wu Meng's office building. The office building of Wuming League is grand and very large. It is the tallest building Lu Zhen has ever seen in Jinhai City. Looking from bottom to top, you can't even see the end. Lu Zhen followed Wang Duxing and got into the elevator. The elevator kept rising and finally stopped at the 70th floor. The moment Lu Zhen and Wang Duxing stepped out of the elevator, two soldiers who looked like guards immediately greeted them. "Stop. Please show your passes." The two guards had expressionless faces, but their eyes were sharp, the kind of eyes that only come after countless life and death battles. And you can feel from their aura that they are high-level mortal warriors. His strength should be no worse than Wang Duxing, who is level 19.8. As expected of the Martial Alliance headquarters, even the guards are so strong. The two guards looked at Lu Zhen and Wang Duxing with eager eyes. If the two of them did anything unusual, the two guards would definitely kill them on the spot. "Hold on." Wang Duxing took out something similar to a token from his pocket. When the two guards saw it, they immediately gave way and said, "You can pass." "Thank you." Wang Duxing smiled and took the token back in his arms, then looked at Lu Zhen beside him. "Let's go. Leader Zhang has been waiting inside for a long time." Lu Zhen nodded and followed in. The two walked to the leader's office. Bang! Wang Duxing didn't knock on the door and pushed in without hesitation. "Old Zhang, we are here." Wang Duxing walked in with a smile. "You are finally here." Zhang Kaibing was processing documents. When he saw the two people coming in, he immediately greeted them. "Sit down." Zhang Kaibing motioned for the two of them to sit down, then pressed the intercom and asked his secretary to bring in something to drink. Soon, a woman in a suit and uniform walked in carrying a pot of something similar to tea. The woman had long legs, a thin waist, a curvy front, and a curvy back. A good-looking face, and looked like a working woman. "Please use it slowly." After the woman put down her things, she said something and left. Looking at the woman's leaving figure, Wang Duxing couldn't help but smile and said, "Lao Zhang, you really know how to enjoy it. This secretary is so beautiful and has a good figure." Zhang Kaibing smiled and said, "What? You like it? Then I transfer him to your Shuijing High School to be your secretary." "Forget it." Wang Duxing quickly waved his hands and said with a smile, "I don't like women." Lu Zhen, if you don't like women, do you like men? No wonder I spend so much time with Director Lu all day long. Seeing Lu Zhen's strange expression, Wang Duxing smiled and said, "Lu Zhen, don't get me wrong. I was joking with Leader Zhang. Leader Zhang and I have been old comrades in arms for many years. When we were fighting in another world, we often joked like this. I'm used to it. Don't mind. Zhang Kaibing also laughed and said, yes, relax. There's no one else here except the three of us. Come, drink some source herb tea. Zhang Kaibing poured Lu Zhen a cup of tea and continued. This origin grass tea grows from the gaps in the origin stone veins. The effect is similar to that of the source stone. Drinking it can enhance your own source power. This is very precious. Ordinary people can't buy it. Only those above the extreme martial arts level have special offerings. You're in luck today. Hearing this, Lu Zhen couldn't help but take a sip immediately. Don't even say it. My body feels warm after drinking it. Lu Zhen could feel that he was absorbing the energy of Yuan Chao tea, but this energy was very small. It is indeed a good thing that only extreme warriors can enjoy. The effect is just extraordinary. How does it taste? Zhang Kaibing asked. Lu Zhen replied honestly, it's a bit bitter, but I do feel that there's a trace of energy in this tea. Chapter 30 Trouble with S plus Genius. It's okay to suffer. The original taste of this source of herbal tea is more bitter, and even warriors cannot drink it. Later, I added some special sugar to remove the bitterness, and it got better, but it's still a bit bitter. If the source of grass tea you drink in the future is not bitter, it must be fake. Zhang Kaibing took a sip of tea as he spoke. Wang Desheng asked impatiently, Lao Zhang, what is the result of the rating? Is it S-class? They came here not for tea. The rating results are what matters. Zhang Kaibing smiled and said, you'll know it when you see it. As he spoke, Zhang Kaibing took out a square box from the cabinet behind him. That box is made of black metal and is usually used to store valuable items. Zhang Kaibing opened the box, and a dark red bank card suddenly appeared. This is a martial arts card, Wang Desheng said in surprise. Woman card is also a kind of bank card, but this card can only be used by people with special status. Generally, people who can use this kind of card are strong in the nuclear weapons realm. FK. It's actually a martial arts card. Has Lu Zhen really been rated S level? Wang Desheng said excitedly. With the emergence of the Martial Alliance card, there are almost no other possibilities except this. Wang Desheng's excitement also made Lu Zhen excited. If it is really S-class, there will be 300 million sponsorship. Zhang Kaibing smiled and said, it's S-level, but it's not an ordinary S-level. But S+, what is this? Wang Desheng asked. This was the first time he heard of S+. Zhang Kaibing said, S+ is a higher rating than the original S rating. Let me tell you this. Lu Zhen has a mutant talent. Although he is only C level now, judging from his performance, his talent is far beyond C level. He has reached the level of S level, even stronger than the ordinary S level. S level talents are the highest level talents awakened in the entire history of the 7-star civilization. S level talent. As long as you practice step by step, you will be at least a strong martial artist. But with the same S-level talent, some people can reach the ultimate martial arts realm, the nuclear martial arts realm, or even the quasi-god realm. Dugu Tianzong, the leader of the 7-star civilization, is also an S-level talent, but can break through to the peak of quasi-god, which is just one step away from the legendary true god realm. This shows that there is a gap between S-level talents. If Lu Zhen is only mentally strong, he can only be rated as an A-level talent at best. And if he can reach the 4th level of martial arts at the age of 15, he already has the potential of an S-level talent. But this can only be rated S-level at best, and it is impossible to be rated S+. Old Wang, do you know why the higher-ups rated Lu Zhen as S+? Zhang Kaibing took a sip of tea and gave up. Why? Wang Desheng asked quickly. Guess. Zhang Kaibing laughed. Damn, stop showing off. Say it quickly. Wang Desheng said loudly. Zhang Kaibing did not say directly, but looked at Lu Zhen aside and asked, Lu Zhen, has your movement reached the 4th level? 4th stage. Wang Desheng was stunned for a moment and looked at Lu Zhen suddenly. Why didn't he know this information before? Lu Zhen, are you really in the 4th level of movement? Wang Desheng asked immediately. Yes. Lu Zhen nodded. Wang Dixing said excitedly. Why didn't you tell us such important information earlier? Lu Zhen smiled awkwardly and said, no one asked. These words left Wang Dixing speechless, and it seemed that no one really asked. Wang Dixing looked at Zhang Kaibing and said, I didn't even know he was in the 4th level of movement. So how did you know? Zhang Kaibing said, you think you're the leader of our martial league for nothing. You should already know about Lu Zhen's 100% winning streak in the virtual arena, right? Wang Dixing nodded. Zhang Kaibing continued. Blue Star's recognized #1 talent, Dandy Lewis, is an S-level talent. Even he can't do this. Do you think normal people can do this? This. Wang Dixing didn't know how to answer for a while. This is really impossible. If I hadn't seen Lu Zhen's record full of success with my own eyes. And 100% written on the win rate column, Wang Dixing also doesn't believe that anyone can achieve 308 consecutive victories in the virtual arena. Zhang Kaibing continued. Lu Zhen won 308 consecutive games in the virtual arena. None of the sanctions the system imposed on him had any effect. Even if he is matched with many opponents across different levels, he can easily win. Many of his opponents reported problems with him. I think he used cheating methods in the virtual arena. Otherwise, it would be impossible to achieve such an outrageous record. Even the virtual arena's system thinks there's something wrong with him. However, after inspection, every battle he fought was normal. It was only after the examination that I found out that he had the 4th level of body skills. This also shows that the reason why Lu Zhen was able to win so many games in a row was all due to his own ability. Other than having a talent higher than S level, there's no other possibility. This is also the reason why he was rated S+ above. This, after hearing Zhang Kaibing's words, Wang Dixing was shocked. Unexpectedly, Lu Zhen's record had such an impact. Lu Zhen on the side was a little dumbfounded. Someone actually reported him for cheating. It seems that it is not all a good thing that he has won so many games in a row. Zhang Kaibing smiled and said, it's a good thing that Lu Zhen was rated S+. However, sometimes too much is not enough. What do you mean? Wang Dixing heard something in Zhang Kaibing's words. Zhang Kaibing said, geniuses are always easy to be jealous of, even feared. Lu Zhen's appearance is a good thing for our Blue Star and the entire 7-star civilization. But for those alien races, it is a bad thing, especially Shuangyue civilization, Jiufeng civilization, and Tianshou civilization. They have been coveting the level 9 mineral veins of our 7-star civilization for a long time. They're not happy about the appearance of any unparalleled genius in our 7-star civilization. The more talent we have, the more pressure they will have. So, once they discover the existence of a genius, what this genius will face is a never-ending assassination. No matter how evil a genius is, as long as it is nipped in the bud, it is not a threat. The recognized #1 genius of the 7-star civilization, Dandy Lewis, has shown his amazing martial arts talent ever since. The assassinations he suffered have never stopped. To this day, there are still many alien killers trying their best to assassinate him. So, in order to prevent being assassinated by aliens and not being targeted by them, the superiors decided to block Lu Zhen's information. At the same time, his winning rate in the virtual arena will also be modified. Try to make him an ordinary warrior, thereby protecting him and allowing him to grow up safely. Chapter 31, 600 million sponsorship. After hearing Zhang Kaibing's words, Wang Dixing and Lu Zhen fell into deep thought. The top management's decision is correct. Wang Dixing nodded. The real treasure is not to show off everywhere, but to hide it secretly. Lu Zhen also agreed very much with Wang Dixing's words. Good things are easy to be envied by others, so hiding them and enjoying them secretly is the right choice. Zhang Kaibing continued. Lu Zhen, you can check your virtual arena record now to see if it has changed. Lu Zhen nodded and started the virtual bracelet. After entering the virtual arena, he directly opened his information panel. There are almost no changes in terms of rank, number of games, etc. Only the winning percentage column has changed. It's really changed. The winning rate changed from 100% to 49%, Lu Zhen said, in surprise. Zhang Kaibing said, "Then it should be that the senior people have started to modify your information. Lu Zhen, your talent is very good. But in order to protect you, I still have to aggrieve you." Lu Zhen smiled and said, "It's not really in grievance. This is the Martial Alliance's strategy to protect me. I understand." He understands that this is a reflection that the top management values him. For true geniuses, living is the most important thing. A dead genius is no longer a genius. It would be great if you understood. This martial arts card has already entered your information. The entire blue star cannot be used by anyone except you. Zhang Kaibing handed the martial arts card to Lu Zhen. Lu Zhen took it carefully and then asked the question he was most concerned about. "Alliance leader, how much money is in this card?" Zhang Kaibing smiled and said, "S-level evaluation, sponsorship fee is at least 300 million. And if your rating is S+, the sponsorship will only be more than 300 million. After consideration by the senior management of the Blue Star Martial Arts League, the sponsorship fee decided to give you is 600 million. 600 million. Wang Dexing and Lu Zhen were shocked when they heard this number. 600 million, exactly double the previous amount. Zhang Kaibing smiled and said, "The money is indeed a lot. I was shocked when I heard it." Wang Dexing asked, "Do the senior management think so highly of Lu Zhen? I'm actually willing to give so much sponsorship money." Zhang Kaibing said, "The senior management is also gambling. Lu Zhen's talent is very good, much better than the ordinary S level. The top management is betting on whether Lu Zhen will become the second Dandy Lewis. Although this 600 million sponsorship fee is a lot, if Lu Zhen can grow into a genius like Dandy Lewis, this 600 million will be spent without loss or even earned in blood." Wang Dexing nodded, fully agreeing with Zhang Kaibing's words. Geniuses like Dandy Lewis will definitely be able to break through to the nuclear weapons realm in the future or even to the quasi-god realm. This is something you can't spend more than a few bucks on. If spending money could cultivate a strong person in the nuclear weapons realm, then the 7-star civilization would no longer have to be so afraid of the 3 major civilizations. Zhang Kaibing continued, "This 600 million will not be given to you directly in one go, but it is divided into 12 periods, 4 issues per year. Each issue is 50 million, 3 years in total. Now, there's 50 million in this card." Lu Zhen showed a happy smile on his face. 50 million is not a lot. That's enough for now. With these 50 million, he can quickly improve his strength. Zhang Kaibing continued, "Don't be too happy too early. S+ is just the senior management's preliminary assessment of you. You will be re-evaluated at regular intervals in the future if you find that your progress is slowing down or plateauing. It turns out that you don't meet the expectations of your senior management. They will lower your evaluation level and reduce subsequent sponsorship for you." Hearing this, Wang Dexing couldn't help but frown. "So strict? I thought it was just an assessment." Zhang Kaibing smiled and said, "After all, S+S sponsorship is not a small amount of money. It's normal to be strict, as long as Lu Zhen's performance meets their expectations. After all, it is to cultivate talents. Compared with the little money, the senior management hopes that our Blue Star will produce a genius comparable to Dandy Lewis. Lu Zhen, whether you can keep this money or not depends entirely on you." Zhang Kaibing patted Lu Zhen on the shoulder and said seriously, "I understand." Lu Zhen nodded. "There is no free lunch in the world. The top management gives themselves huge sponsorship fees, and they have to show the same amount of value. Otherwise, no one will give you money for no reason." Zhang Kaibing said, "Out of protection for Lu Zhen, the specific amount of this sponsorship must not be spread to outsiders, to avoid being targeted by people with evil intentions. Understand?" Zhang Kaibing looked at the two of them seriously. Wang Dexing and Lu Zhen nodded immediately to express their understanding. They know why holding a jade is a crime. In addition to being wary of foreigners, your own people should also be careful. Although this is within Blue Star territory, it does not mean that everyone is a good person. As long as the benefits are big enough, some people will still dare to attack their own clan. Good. I've given you all the instructions. I still have a lot of work to do. I won't leave you to continue drinking tea. Then we won't disturb you. Wang Dixing and Lu Zhen stood up and left. After all, Zhang Kaibing is the leader of the Martial Alliance, so he has no time to chat with them. The two left Zhang Kaibing's office, under the Wuming building. Wang Dixing opened the car door. Let's go, Lu Zhen. Now that the matter is done, it's time for us to go back. Lu Zhen thought of something at this time and said, Principal, today is the day my grandma is discharged from the hospital. So, I want to take a day off. Discharged? Do you need my help? Wang Dixing asked. Lu Zhen smiled and said, No need to bother the principal. Just some simple clothes. I can do it myself. Okay, I approve this leave for Director Lu. Wang Dixing nodded. Your grandma lives in that hospital. I will send you there. Yongle Hospital is not far from here. Lu Zhen replied. Okay, get in the car. Lu Zhen got in the car, and Wang Dixing started the car and drove towards Yongle Hospital. Soon, we arrived at Yongle Hospital. Thank you, Principal. I can handle the rest by myself. No need to trouble you. Lu Zhen said politely. Okay, then I'll go back first. Wang Dixing replied. If you have any questions, please contact me at any time. Okay. Principal walked slowly. Wang Dixing started the car and drove towards Shuijing High School. Along the way, he was in a good mood. I didn't expect the senior management to be so optimistic about Lu Zhen. I thought I would be thankful for an S-level rating. Unexpectedly, it was rated S+, and a sponsorship of 600 million was given. With this money, Lu Zhen can concentrate on his cultivation and no longer have to worry about money. He doesn't know what the future will bring, but at least he will definitely have enough before he steps into the mortal martial realm. Soon, Wang Dixing returned to Shuijing High School, and at the moment he just came back, the sky suddenly changed. Chapter 32, Alien Invasion. The sky suddenly changed. A strong wind suddenly arose. Dark clouds covered the sun, and the night was pitch black. Boom! A loud thunder sounded. Heavy rain fell from the sky. The ground was crackling with the rain. The high splashing water turned the world into a white haze. Depend on, what a nasty weather. It's fine. Why is it raining so hard all of a sudden? Wang Dixing looked at the strange weather and couldn't help but curse. Fortunately, I came back in time. If I was a minute later, I would have been soaked. Wang Dixing just returned to the office. Director Lu came running over happily. Principal, you're back. Is everything going well? Director Lu looked around and saw that there was no one else. So he asked again, Didn't Lu Zhen go out with you? Why didn't he come back? Wang Dixing replied. His grandmother was discharged from the hospital today, so he asked for leave. Is that so? Lu Bo nodded, and then changed the subject. Principal, I have something important to report to you. Soon after you left, something strange happened. Strange thing? Wang Dixing frowned. What is it? Lu Bo said. Just a while ago, I checked Lu Zhen's record in the virtual arena. His win rate suddenly went from 100% to 49%. But when I checked this morning, it was still 100%. How did it suddenly become 49%? Is there something wrong with the system of the virtual arena? Hearing Lu Bo's question, Wang Dixing smiled faintly. Don't think too much, just think of it as a system problem. Lu Bo realized something instantly. Principal, did you know this a long time ago? Wang Dixing nodded. Yes, I already know that Lu Zhen's record will change, and his future winning rate will remain at this value and will not change. But why is this? Lu Bo suddenly stared. Could it be? He was about to ask a question, but before he could even ask it, he suddenly thought of something. Could it be that Lu Zhen's battle record was modified by the top leaders of the woman? Who has the right to modify the data in the virtual arena, except for the top leaders of the Martial Alliance? I didn't say anything. You guessed it yourself. But even if you guessed it yourself, you can't tell anyone else. I'm not in a position to tell you the details of this, but this is a serious matter and cannot be spread outside. Do you understand me? Wang Dixing warned Lu Bo with a serious look. Lu Bo nodded on the spot to show that he understood. The words were made so clear. How could he not understand? The top management must have their own reasons for doing this. But what is certain is that no matter what decision the top management makes, it will be beneficial to Lu Zhen. Wang Dixing continued. Lu Zhen's future battle record will not change. Then Director Lu, you don't have to keep an eye on his performance anymore. Thank you for your hard work. I won't say anything more. Go and do your thing. Yes. Lubo nodded, just when he wanted to leave. Buzz, 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 a shrill voice rang out. This is air raid siren. Wang Dushing and Lubo were shocked. This voice came from a sky above the entire Zhenhai city. This means that it was the prevention and control alert issued by the Zhenhai city woman. Air raid alarms usually don't sound. They only sound when there's an alien invasion. Drip, Zhenhai City Woman League sends you a call. Invasion of the Sea Fish Clan. Zhenhai City has entered the 3rd level of combat readiness. All mortal martial realm warriors immediately go to the coastal area to provide support. At this time, their cell phones rang together. When the two of them saw the content, they suddenly felt that something was wrong. Hateful. Why did the Sea Fish tribe launch an attack at this time? And it's still in level 3 combat readiness status. We have to rush over to provide support. Wang Dushing and Lu Bo immediately rushed towards the coast without any hesitation. As a member of the 7-star civilization, when aliens invade, it is almost engraved in the subconscious mind that they must be summoned back. This is a matter of life and death for the entire nation. There can be no hesitation. Not only them, but all the warriors in Zhenhai City who are above level 10.0 in the mortal martial realm. When receiving the call, they rush to the coastal area as soon as possible. In the elite class, when the students heard the air raid siren, they couldn't help but feel scared. Air raid alert. Is this an alien invasion? Listening to the sound of the air defense siren, it sounds like it's level 3 combat readiness. Is it really okay for us to stay in school? Will the alien race come and kill me? I'm so scared. I want to go home. I miss Mom. The students looked at the pouring rain outside. Some were worried and some were afraid. Some even hid under the table and shivered. Although they are warriors, they have never experienced war. Alien invasions are also in books and seen in videos. But when they met him in person, they still couldn't help but feel scared. Seeing everyone's worried expressions, Su Shangnan stood up and said loudly, "Don't be afraid, everyone. Principal Wang and Director Liu have already gone to support. Leader Zhang and other powerful people from Zhenhai City are here. We'll be fine. What we have to do is not to cause them any trouble and quietly wait for their good news." After hearing this, the fear in everyone's hearts became a little better, but they were still very scared. Fatty Geely was afraid and said, "What if they can't even defend them? Will we become food for aliens? I don't want to die yet. My dad is still waiting for me to marry 2 more wives to continue his family line." Hearing Ji Li's negative words, everyone became frightened again. Su Shangnan continued, "If even Leader Zhang and Principal Wang cannot defend themselves, then Zhenhai City is really hopeless. But don't worry. If aliens attack our Shuijing High School, I, Su Shangnan, will be the first to stand up and protect you. If I die, I will die first." Su Xingnan's words touched the other students present. At the same time, their impression of Su Shangnan changed again. FK, Fatty Geely stood up straight on the spot and overturned the desk in front of him. "What a bullshit alien. If you really can't hold on, I'll fight them." Others were also touched by Su Xingnan's words. Their originally frightened eyes suddenly brightened. "Right, fight with the aliens. Isn't it just death? The worst we can do is perish together." They were all in the same class, and even Su Shangnan, a girl, dared to stand up and protect everyone. So what else do you have to be afraid of? The students in the martial arts class who originally looked frightened all became excited under Su Xingnan's words. The fear on his face disappeared without a trace. Chapter 33, Sea Fish Tribe. Yongla Hospital. At this moment, all the doctors, nurses, and patients were hiding in the hospital. Almost all the hospital doors and windows are locked. The geographical location of Yongla Hospital is not far from the coastal area where the war broke out. If the alien attack cannot be defended, then Yongla Hospital will be the first victim. In a lobby of the hospital, a woman about 40 years old, dressed luxuriously, was looking at the pouring rain outside with a worried look. Next to her was a girl about 15 years old. The girl is not tall, about 1.5 meters, but she is fair and tender, and she looks like a child from a wealthy family. Seeing the rain falling harder outside, The lady became more and more irritable. Damn aliens. Why didn't you come earlier or late? But why did you come at this time? Is this hospital really safe? Ying, why don't you call your dad and ask him to pick us up? I don't feel safe here. The lady complained and looked at the girl beside her. The girl named Ying replied, Mom, my dad may not have time to pick us up now. For alien invasion, my father is one of the few extreme warriors in Jinhai City. He must rush to the coastal area immediately. That's the real battlefield. As long as the coastal area is defended, we will be safe here. But the lady wanted to say something more, but in the end, she didn't say it. The girl named Ying continued to comfort. Mom, don't worry. Even if a foreign race comes here and I protect you, wouldn't you feel relieved? I am too Ying, who is known as the #1 martial arts genius in Jinhai City. My current life level has reached level 8.4. Martial arts are also at the 3rd level of high level and are about to break through to the 4th level. As long as I'm here, I will never let those aliens hurt you. When the lady heard this, she couldn't help but smile. Okay. It's up to you to protect me. But if you encounter a foreign race that is stronger than you must not show off your strength. If you have to run, you have to run. Living is the most important thing. Yeah, I understand. Tu Ying nodded and answered obediently. Not far from them, Lu Zhen was supporting his grandmother and looking at the heavy rain outside. This alien invasion came too suddenly. There are no signs at all. I hope Leader Zhang and Principal Wang can come back safely. Lu Zhen couldn't help but worry. Grandma looked at Lu Zhen's appearance and asked, Zhen, are you worried? Lu Zhen nodded. Leader Zhang and Principal Wang treated me very well and helped me a lot. An alien invasion is a life and death battle. Naturally, I hope they will be okay. Grandma said, they're all good people. Good people will be rewarded. They'll be fine. Lu Zhen nodded. I hope so. Lu Zhen really wants to help them, but he is currently only level 9.21, not even a mortal martial realm. Going there will not only not help, but will also become a burden. It's better to stay here honestly and not cause any trouble. At the same time, coastal district of Jinhai City. The war has broken out. The sea fish tribe is half fish and half human, with a green body and a huge body, 2 heads taller than a normal blue star person. The sea fish tribe is good at fighting in the water, but not good at fighting on land. But because this is a coastal area and there are heavy rains in the sky, the water level continues to rise, and it has almost exceeded the defense line. Under these conditions, it just makes up for the weakness of the marine fish clan. Countless sea fish tribes rushed upward from the sea as if they were desperate for their lives. The Blue Star warriors tried their best to defend and kill the sea fish clan without mercy. Brute asked why there has been no news recently. It turns out that we waited for a heavy rain to strike. You really know how to choose the right time. Zhang Kaibing held a spear in his hand and shot away the head of the fish tribe. Then, another shot pierced the heart of another sea fish tribe. The life levels of these sea fish tribes are not too high. Most of them are around level 10 to 15. But there were too many of them, and they couldn't be killed at all. Just after killing one, 5 or 6 more emerged from the sea. Kill them faster than the opponent can increase their numbers. Zhang Kaibing is a level 24 extreme martial artist. Killing these marine fish is as easy as killing ants. But he was still exhausted by these low-level fish clan. He, a supreme warrior, was so tired, and other mortal warriors were even more exhausted and were eventually eaten alive by those low-level sea fish tribe. Zhang Kaibing was furious after seeing this scene. Puff! Another shot killed a level 16 sea fish tribe on the spot. Throwing the body of the sea fish clan aside, Zhang Kaibing frowned and said, Hasn't the support arrived yet? Someone replied, The message has been sent, but it should take some time to get here. Damn it! Zhang Kaibing frowned, raised a spear, and stabbed a fish tribe member. What a sea bug! Die to me! One shot directly pierced the head of the sea fish tribe. Just then, the sea not far away suddenly set off a huge wave. Countless sea fish tribes with ferocious faces and claws bearing their teeth rushed to attack. Looking at the densely packed marine fish tribe, Zhang Kaibing's face became extremely ugly. Depend on. Are these beasts so desperate for their lives? Come up here and die. Zhang Kaibing raised his spear and responded to the enemy again. But even if he has reached the extreme martial realm, he faces so many suicidal attacks from the sea fish tribe. At this moment, it became a little unbearable. The other Blue Star warriors around him also almost died. Damn it, how long has it been? Why haven't the support come yet? Zhang Kaibing couldn't help but cursed. If he didn't come, all his people would die. Just then, a sharp sword energy struck, splitting a dozen attacking sea fish tribe in half. Sorry, I'm late. Wang Dixing stood high on the coast and smiled lightly. Beside him was Liu Bo, who was holding a long knife. At this time, a strong punch suddenly struck from not far away, shattering the heads of more than a dozen sea fish tribesmen. A middle-aged man walked slowly over. He smiled and said, "Principal Wang, I chased you all the way. You are still faster." Wang Dixing smiled and said, "Director 2 is joking. I'm just a little faster than you. If I give you a little more time, you will definitely get there before me." Seeing the two complimenting each other, Zhang Kaibing couldn't help but curse loudly. "You two bastards, slow down a little longer and wait to collect the body for me. Why don't you come over and help?" Wang Dixing and Director 2 smiled at each other and immediately joined the battle. Then, a steady stream of warriors came from all directions to join the battle. With their joining, the situation changes instantly. The Sea Fish clan could have used the human sea tactic to gain an advantage. Because the Blue Star warriors continued to join, the defeat became faster and faster. Some fish tribesmen were killed before they even landed ashore. Some warriors couldn't kill enough and even rushed into the sea and killed fish in the sea. Chapter 34, A Fish Slipped Through the Net. Kill all these beasts. The warriors in Jinhai City were extremely excited. Although the Marine Fish clan has a numerical advantage, their strength is still far behind. Under the counterattack of the Blue Star warriors, the Sea Fish tribe was killed without leaving any trace of their armor. The entire coastal area is like a Shura field. On the coast and in the sea water, there are corpses of marine fish everywhere. There were so many corpses that they were piled into hills. The sea water was directly dyed bright red. The air was also filled with the pungent smell of blood. Under the ferocious attack by Jinhai City warriors, in the end, the Sea Fish tribe could not bear the heavy casualties and began to retreat. Countless sea fish tribes threw away their helmets and armor and headed into the sea. Want to run? It's not that simple. Some warriors were furious and wanted to continue the pursuit. "Stop chasing." Zhang Kaibing immediately stopped them. The deep sea area is their main battlefield. If we pursue them any longer, we will be massacred. That's it. The leader of the Martial Alliance had spoken, and everyone stopped pursuing them. Puff! Zhang Kaibing threw away the weapon in his hand and collapsed on the ground, breathing in air. At this moment, he was exhausted, and his whole body was stained red with the blood of the Fish clan. Even if there is rain washing, you can clearly see a large area of bright red on his body. The other warriors were not much better than him, and they were also exhausted. He just sat down and took a big breath of air. Although the air was still filled with the smell of blood, they no longer cared so much. Finally won. These beasts have been planning this for a long time. Just wait for the heavy rain to hit suddenly. Damn it. Zhang Kaibing was lying on the ground and said angrily. Wang Dixing said, "Although we won, we didn't win everything. The Sea Fish tribe just fled back to the sea. They're still lurking in the deep sea area. As long as there is a chance, they will attack again like they did today." Zhang Kaibing sighed and said, "After this lesson, the higher-ups should agree to send troops to annihilate the Haiyu clan. I have submitted the application several times before, but failed. Every time I used the excuse that I was not good at underwater combat. If you don't know how to fight underwater, why don't you fight? Although the combat power of the Sea Fish tribe is not high, their reproduction speed is too fast. If they are allowed to continue to multiply, I'm afraid the entire sea will be occupied by them. When the time comes, Blue Star will have to be renamed Sea Fish Star." At this time, Zhang Kaibing noticed that Director 2 was smiling silly at his mobile phone, as if he was chatting with someone. He asked curiously. Director 2, why is it so urgent? I didn't even bother to rest, so I started chatting. Curator 2 smiled and said, I'm trying to keep my daughter safe. She's worried about me. Hearing this, Wang Duxing and Zhang Kaibing couldn't help laughing. Wang Duxing smiled and said, Director 2, you're also the director of the Lincoln Boxing Gym, the #1 martial arts gym in Jinhai City. Why are you still a daughter slave? I can't let go of my daughter even when I'm out fighting. Director 2 smiled fondly and said, You don't have a daughter. If you had one, you wouldn't say that. My daughter is very sensible. She will rub my shoulders when I get tired from boxing practice. I feel like someone like you who doesn't have a daughter can't understand that kind of thing. Wang Duxing smiled and said, Yes, I can understand. Several people were lying on the ground, resting and chatting. When he was almost done resting, he got up. It's time to count the casualties. So many people died in the Wu League this time. It's hard to write this report. Zhang Kaibing frowned. Wang Duxing said, Let me write it truthfully. You have tried your best. How can I still blame you? I'm not worried about this. I just don't know how to face the family members of my dead brother. Zhang Kaibing sighed. They followed me and died first before they became famous. Wang Duxing patted Zhang Kaibing's shoulder and comforted him. Relax. This is their fate from the moment they choose to become warriors. You have to be prepared to sacrifice at any time. It's not just them. It's the same with me, Director Su, and all the warriors from Blue Star and even 7-Star Civilization. This is life for all of us. Being able to sacrifice in war is the greatest honor for a warrior. The family of the deceased will understand. Zhang Kaibing nodded. He understood the truth, but when faced with it, it was still a bit difficult to accept. Drip at this moment, Zhang Kaibing's cell phone suddenly rang. When he picked it up and took a look, his pupils instantly enlarged. Not good. Something slipped through the net. Hearing this, Wang Duxing was instantly shocked. A fish that slipped through the net? What do you mean? Could it be that a sea fish tribe broke through the defense line? This is impossible. We have so many strong men guarding here, and there are also Sky Eye satellites detecting it. Any marine fish that exceeds level 10.0 will be monitored as long as it dares to show its head. There is no way to escape. Wang Duxing asked. Zhang Kaibing said, It's a parasitic fish. What? Parasitic fish? Wang Duxing was shocked. The parasitic fish also belongs to the marine fish family, but it is a mutant species of the marine fish family and is a very rare fish species. The rarity is about the same as Blue Star's S-level warriors, but the parasitic fish's combat power is not high. His biggest function is to get into the skin of Blue Star people and disguise themselves as Blue Star people, thereby avoiding Blue Star's Sky Eye satellite, which is used to detect alien races. It is a very cunning marine fish family. Zhang Kaibing said, There are 10 parasitic fish that were missed. They got into the bodies of our Blue Star sacrificial warriors and escaped from the surveillance of the Sky Eye through the sewer pipes. That's why it wasn't discovered. Hearing this, Wang Duxing breathed a sigh of relief. It's okay. There are only 10 of them, so they shouldn't make any big waves. The life level of the parasitic fish is not high, and its speed is not too fast. We can still catch up now. What direction are they in now? Zhang Kaibing looked at the information in his hand and replied slowly. The direction through the pipeline, the nearest login point, seems to be a hospital. Call Yongla Hospital. What? Wang Duxing was shocked when he heard Zhang Kaibing's words. Not only him, but Director 2, who had been silent all this time, was also shocked. What's wrong? Zhang Kaibing looked at the two of them strangely. Wang Duxing said loudly, Lu Zhen is in Yongla Hospital now. My daughter and wife are also in Yongla Hospital. Director 2 said in surprise. What? Zhang Kaibing was shocked and felt something bad in his heart. Damn! The three of them didn't have time to think about it, and they burst out at their maximum speed. Run towards Yongla Hospital. Lu Zhen, please be sure nothing happens to you. Wang Duxing and Zhang Kaibing kept praying in their hearts. Lu Zhen has just been evaluated as S+. If something unexpected happens at this moment, then they are the sinners of Blue Star and even the entire 7-Star Civilization. Chapter 35. You can save people without medical skills. Blue Star Man. Delicious blue star people. A parasitic fish emerged from the blue star warrior's skin. Then, other parasitic fish also emerged from the skin. They were drooling and looked at the frightened blue star people in Yonla Hospital with greedy faces. Just now, after the news of victory came from the coastal area, everyone in the hospital cheered and were happy for this victory. And it didn't take long for them to be happy. The manhole cover of the sewer suddenly exploded with a bang. 10 weirdos with twisted bodies flew out of the sewer. Everyone in the hospital was shocked until they saw parasitic fish emerging from those people's bodies. Only then did they realize that these were all alien races. Everyone in the hospital screamed in horror. Didn't you say you have one? Why do aliens appear here? All warriors above level 10.0 in Jinhai City went to the coastal area to provide support. The rest are almost all ordinary people or warriors who have not yet entered the level. Facing these powerful alien races, it is simply not enough. Depend on, where did these aliens come from? Looking at those aliens, Lu Zhen frowned and felt something bad. If it was just a low-level alien race, he wouldn't be afraid. But the moment those parasitic fish appeared, Lu Zhen received a message in his mind. Alien creature detected. Current target. Life level 10.11. Alien creature detected. Current target. Life level 10.91. Alien creature detected. Current target. Life level 10.31. Alien creature detected. Current target. Life level 10.08. Alien creature detected. Current target. Life level 10.88. The life levels of these sea fish tribes are almost above level 10.0. In other words, they have all reached the mortal martial realm. Lu Zhen's current life level is level 9.2. If he uses the triple KO fist, he should be able to kill a level 10.0 marine fish clan. But the other party has a total of 10 marine fish tribe. How can you fight this? Run quickly. One person was scared and wanted to run out. Seeing this, the parasitic fish showed a ferocious smile. With one swoop, he knocked the man down, then opened the abyss's huge mouth and ate the man's head in one bite. You can even hear the chewing sound of kakak. This scene made everyone want to vomit. At the same time, it also interrupted their thoughts of running out. Brute, damn aliens. I'll fight with you. When Tu Yingying saw this, an unknown anger arose in her heart. He rushed out immediately. Don't want. The lady wanted to stop it, but it was too late. Tu Yingying came out to challenge, and everyone in the hospital seemed to have seen the savior. That girl, are you here to save us? Everyone was excited. Tu Yingying appeared in front of those sea fish tribe. She said in an angry Lolita tone, "You bunch of beasts! How dare you treat us blue star people like this? Suffer death." After saying that, she waved her fist and rushed towards the sea fish tribe. Just now, I saw her exploding all her strength and punching the body of the sea fish clan, whom her fist sank directly in as if hitting cotton. What? Tu Yingying was shocked on the spot when she saw that her full blow had no effect at all. Cuckoo. The parasitic fish makes strange noises from its mouth. It's like saying again, "You can't even hit someone, why don't you eat?" Then the sea fish suddenly popped out of its belly, sending Tu Yingying flying out. Bang! Tu Yingying hit the wall of the hospital and made a painful sound. Oh, it hurts so much. Tu Yingying clutched her back, looking uncomfortable. Yingying, are you okay? Your lady immediately helped Tu Yingying up and said distressedly. Tu Yingying said with an ugly face, "Those sea fish tribe are in the mortal martial realm. I can't beat them." After hearing this, the lady's face became solemn. Yingying, if we can't fight you, just run away. As she spoke, the lady took out something similar to a pill from her pocket. This thing is called the God of Disease pill, and your father spent a lot of money to buy it. According to him, as long as you eat this thing, your speed can increase several times in half an hour. Although the side effects are a bit serious, the current situation is urgent, and we can no longer control the side effects. Run out and survive first. Tu Yingying looked at the disaster pill and hesitated. But I ran away. What are these people going to do in the hospital? The lady frowned and said, "Leave them alone. You have too much time to take care of yourself. So how can you care about others? Even if they are all dead, what does it have to do with us? But Tu Ying still felt something was wrong. As a warrior, killing foreigners and protecting the people were the ideas she had been instilled in her since she was a child. She couldn't let him run away now. Seeing that she was still hesitant, the lady continued, "You can't defeat those alien races. Even if you stay, what can you do? Don't forget, besides you, there is me, your father, and your sister. What will we do if something happens to you? Now listen to me and take this pill. Let's leave immediately." Tu Ying was still a little hesitant, but when she thought of her family, she gritted her teeth and ate the God of Disease pill ruthlessly. In less than a second, she felt her body become extremely light. Then, without hesitation, she carried her mother on her back and rushed out. That girl hasn't given up yet. Everyone thought Tu Ying wanted to continue fighting. I just wanted to cheer for her, but I didn't expect that she ran away at an incredible speed. This scene also confused the fish tribe. They still wanted to chase, but found that chasing was not good, and finally gave up. Ignore her. It doesn't matter if she runs away. Just don't let anyone else get away. One of the sea fish tribe spoke to the other sea fish tribe in their own language. Then, they slowly walked towards the hospital. It's over, it's over. The girl ran away. Who will save us? Everyone screamed in despair. Just then, a male doctor in a white coat suddenly stood up. Want to hurt them? Get over my body first. The male doctor slowly walked towards the fish tribe. Seeing that man, Zhen opened his eyes wide and shouted to him, "Doctor, no, come back quickly." Zhen knew the male doctor. He is the doctor responsible for operating on his grandmother. I usually take extra care of myself and my grandma. In his impression, the doctor didn't seem to be a warrior. If he goes up like this, isn't he going to die? Come back. Don't go there. Other doctors and nurses in the hospital also kept calling him to stay away. The doctor seemed not to have heard anything and continued walking forward. I once dreamed of becoming a warrior because I wanted to protect my family and friends. But I'm not talented enough to be a warrior, so I chose to become a doctor. Treating illnesses and saving lives can also protect my family and friends. But now my medical skills can't save them. But who said doctors can only save people with their medical skills? I can do it even with my fists. Chapter 36, Some things must be done by someone. Even with fists. I can do that too. Finished. The doctor rushed towards the sea fish tribe without hesitation. He unleashed all his strength, and his life level seemed to be 6.0. But this power is no match for the sea fish clan. Puff! The fish tribe kicked the doctor away with a light kick. The doctor was like a rocket, smashing through the walls. It finally stopped when it hit a thicker wall, and the place where he stopped happened to be at Zhen's feet. Doctor! Zhen immediately lifted him up and held him in his arms, looking at him with extremely uncomfortable eyes. Others also gathered around and looked at him with worried faces. "Doctor, how are you?" Zhen asked anxiously. The doctor's mouth was bleeding, and he used his last strength to say, "I'm sorry. I'm still too weak and couldn't protect everyone." After saying that, the doctor's body trembled and he died completely. Doctors are only level 6.0, which is about the same as ordinary people. The sea fish tribe is a strong man in the mortal martial realm. If he is kicked, it is almost impossible to survive. "Wu, doctor, to save us. How did you?" Wu. Everyone watched the doctor die, and everyone burst into tears. Grandma also burst into tears. Zhen slowly lowered the doctor's body, and then slowly closed the doctor's eyes with his hands. "Doctor, you are not a warrior, but you are the real hero." After speaking, Zhen turned around and walked outside. He walked towards the sea fish tribe. Seeing this, everyone hurriedly called out, "Child, what are you going to do? Come back quickly." Grandma shouted, "Zhen, don't go. Come back." They have also witnessed the terror of the sea fish clan, and if they still go through with it, isn't that just sending them to death? Zhen did not look back but said calmly, "Someone has to do some things. Then why not me now?" Zhen finally understood the true meaning of being a warrior. He is not a warrior, and neither is the girl in front of him. And the doctor who is not a warrior just now was the real warrior. A warrior does not have the power of martial arts to be a warrior, but having a heart to protect everyone is the true warrior. That doctor just now, many people may not know his name. Even Zhen didn't know his name. But even so, he still stood up without hesitation. Even though he only had a life level of about 6.0, he didn't hesitate at all. He is the true warrior. Zhen felt ashamed. And the reason why he stood up was because he figured this out. Each of the 10 sea fish tribe is above the mortal martial realm. No one here can be their opponent. A moment of retreat will only hasten death. Moreover, Grandma is still in the crowd, and she will definitely not be able to escape if she runs. Someone has to sacrifice, so let me do it. Others can't fight because they really can't fight. But if I try my best, there may be a glimmer of hope. Hey, another ant that doesn't know how to live or die. A sea fish tribe looked at Zhen, who was walking slowly with a joking smile. Zhen's eyes were sharp, and he said in his heart, "Fountain of spiritual power, fill it all up for me." The spring of spiritual power is irrigating. Although the spring of spiritual power is not in 100% condition, it is now a matter of life and death. I can't care about that much anymore. Zhen walked slowly, feeling a warmth rising all over his body. His panel changes accordingly. Life level, level 9.7, not yet entered. Speed, 28.3 meters per second. Strength, 1,794 kilograms. Spirit, 19.3. Martial skills. Fist proficiency, 4th stage 40%. Direct punch, 4th stage 40%. KO fist, 4th stage 40%. Under the irrigation of the spring of spiritual power, Zhen's life level increased from 9.21 to 9.7. Speed, strength, and spirit also surged. The martial arts skills have been directly upgraded from the 4th level of elementary level to the 4th level of intermediate level. But even so, there is still a big gap between him and those sea fish tribes. And why do I feel so powerful all of a sudden? The sea fish tribe that just mocked Zhen was stunned for a moment, but he didn't pay much attention. After all, no matter how much you improve, you can't compare to them. They're all around level 10.0 in the mortal martial realm. Pretending to be a ghost. The sea fish clan suddenly pounced towards Zhen. He opened his huge mouth and bit Zhen in one bite. No! When everyone saw this, they closed their eyes in fear. After waiting for a while, no sound was heard. When they opened their eyes again, a scene that shocked everyone appeared. Zhen punched the fish in the mouth. Even the head of the sea fish clan was punched through by that punch. Everyone was shocked and didn't know what to say for a while. The rest of the sea fish tribe couldn't help but be shocked when they saw their companions being punched in the head. How is this possible? He hasn't even reached the mortal martial realm. How could you blow Gaorawu's head off with one punch? Gaowu is the fish clan whose head was shot just now. The other sea fish tribe stared wide-eyed in disbelief. A warrior who has not entered the level can actually blow the head of an ordinary warrior with one punch. Is this reasonable? Now, Zhen's eyes were extremely cold. Just now, the sea fish named Gaowu rushed towards him. He instantly performed Kaioken, and it is 6 times more powerful than Kaioken. His physical limit can only withstand 3 times the KO fist at most. This 6 times KO fist has completely exceeded his physical limit. Once the KO fist is finished, what awaits him will be heart-piercing pain, and he may even explode to death. But Zhen has no regrets. Facing opponents who are a level higher than him, and there are 10 more of them, if he doesn't try his best, he will have no hope of winning. In this battle, he will bet everything. This is his only chance. Zhen slowly took his fist away from the sea fish named Gaowu just now. He looked at the other sea fish tribe indifferently. Next, after saying that, he rushed towards the remaining sea fish tribe. When the fish tribe saw this, they couldn't help but frown. One of the fish tribes said in their language, "Don't be afraid. Let's go together. He can't defeat us alone." On the way to Yongle Hospital, Zhang Kaibing, Wang Daxing, and Director 2, despite having just experienced a war. But the 3 of them didn't dare to slack off at all, and they all ran forward at full speed. At their level ordinary driving tools can no longer match their speed. When I drive a car on weekdays, I'm just too lazy to run. But now the situation was urgent, and they had to hurry as fast as possible. Along the way, the three of them kept praying in their hearts. Hope they can catch up, and hope the people they care about are okay. It's just ahead. Wang Dixing was overjoyed when he saw the building he was going to. It was the building of Yongle Hospital. Finally arrived. The three of them were delighted and rushed over immediately. And the moment they entered Yongle Hospital, a pungent smell of blood instantly wafted over. Chapter 37:1 Against 10. Zhang Kaibing, Wang Dixing, and Director 2 came to Yongle Hospital. Before entering the gate, I could already smell the pungent smell of blood. The three of them were shocked and had a bad premonition in their hearts. They accelerated suddenly and rushed inside. When they enter, a scene that shocked them appeared. These are the corpses of the sea fish tribe. The three of them were shocked. I saw that the ground was covered with the corpses of the marine fish tribe, 10 of them in total. Some had their hearts pierced, some had their heads blown off, and some were torn in half. The rain washed blood everywhere. The air is filled with the pungent smell of blood. And among those corpses stood a young man. The boy was covered in blood, his eyes were red, and his fists were clenched. There was a chilling, murderous aura all over his body. It's Lu Zhen. Wang Dixing recognized the young man among the corpses at a glance, and he immediately walked over. Zhang Kaibing and Director 2 also walked over. Lu Zhen, are you okay? Wang Dixing asked worriedly. Lu Zhen's eyes were cold, and he slowly raised his head after hearing the voice. Seeing that the visitor was Wang Dixing, a smile instantly appeared on his cold face. Principal Wang, you are here. As soon as he finished speaking, Lu Zhen's eyes darkened, and he fell down. Lu Zhen, what's wrong with you? Wang Dixing quickly hugged him to prevent him from falling. Zhang Kaibing looked at Lu Zhen and frowned. He is covered with injuries. Take him to the hospital quickly. Yes. Send him to the hospital. Wang Dixing hurriedly picked up Lu Zhen on his back and wanted to leave. Suddenly he thought of something. FK, I'm so confused by you. This is the hospital. Wang Dixing rushed directly into the hospital lobby and shouted inside, Doctor! Someone come quickly. Before he could say a few words, a large group of people ran over from the surrounding buildings. They were all people who had just been hiding. They looked at the dying Lu Zhen with grief on their faces. He is just a child, and he was injured like this just to save us. Where's the doctor? Come quickly. The people also shouted and kept calling for doctors. Soon many doctors and nurses in white coats came out of the crowd. One of the middle-aged men stood up and said, I am the director of the hospital. Leave it to me. Wang Dixing glanced at him and said immediately, Okay, then please. We must save him. The hospital director said, Don't worry. This boy saved all of our lives. We will definitely do our best to rescue him. After finishing speaking, the hospital director said to a nurse beside him, Secretary, go and call all the doctors in the hospital. At any cost, we must save this young man. Under the worried eyes of all the people, Lu Zhen was sent to the emergency room. At this time, a voice came from outside. Zhen, what happened to my Zhen? Grandma was full of tears and ran over in a panic. Wang Dixing immediately stopped her. You must be Lu Zhen's grandmother. Don't worry. Lu Zhen has been sent in for rescue. Grandma said with tears in her eyes, God, please keep my grandson safe. The crowd said, Old lady, your grandson saved us all. He is a hero. He'll be fine. With the help of everyone, Grandma was taken down. Rescue outdoor. Countless people gathered here and blocked the road. Their faces were filled with worry. Zhang Kaibing said loudly, Everyone, I am the leader of the Zhenhai City Martial Arts League. The alien crisis has been resolved. You can go home with peace of mind. As soon as he finished speaking, someone immediately replied, We are not leaving. We have to wait for the results of the boy's rescue. In order to protect us, he fought against so many alien races alone. He has not abandoned us. So how can we leave him now? Someone took the lead, and everyone immediately followed suit. Yes, we won't leave. We have to wait for the results. The desire to see everyone is so strong. Zhang Kaibing didn't know what to say. I had no choice but to pull Wang Daxing and Director Tu aside. Wang Daxing looked unhappy. He frowned and asked what happened. How could Lu Zhen be so badly injured? Zhang Kaibing said, from what these people said, it was Lu Zhen who killed the sea fish tribe alone and saved everyone. He has done a great job this time. Director Tu said, I don't want to know these. I just want to know where my daughter and wife are. He had just searched for his daughter and wife in the crowd for a long time, but couldn't find them, and now he was very worried. Zhang Kaibing said, I just asked some people, and they said they saw your daughter running away with your wife on her back. What? They ran away. Director Tu was stunned. Everyone is here. Why did they run away first? What's going on? Director Tu asked anxiously. Zhang Kaibing said, Director Tu, don't worry. The hospital has surveillance cameras. We'll find out once we see. Then, the three of them went to the hospital's monitoring room and called up the surveillance footage that had just happened. When they saw the scene of Lu Zhen fighting against the sea fish tribe, they were shocked. 10 members of the sea fish tribe, and all of them are at the ordinary martial realm. It seems that Lu Zhen hasn't entered the rank yet. How did he manage to kill all these ordinary martial arts level sea fish tribes by himself? You have not even entered the rank yet, and you have crossed the realm to kill the aliens in the ordinary martial realm. It's still 1 against 10. This is too outrageous. The three were shocked. It is not uncommon to defeat opponents of higher levels. In fact, it is quite common. However, most of them are one-on-one battles between different levels. Someone like Lu Zhen, who not only crossed the level, but also defeated 10 people alone, was the first time in the entire 7-star civilization. Turn forward again, said Wang Daxing. Zhang Kaibing pushed the video forward a little bit. When they saw the doctor fighting against the sea fish tribe with a life level of 6.0, they were all moved. Who said that only warriors can fight against aliens? Even when facing an alien race that is several times stronger than us, we are not afraid at all. This doctor is a true hero. The three of them admire the doctor very much. People who are willing to sacrifice themselves to protect others deserve their admiration. Then, Zhang Kaibing pushed the surveillance camera forward again. When they saw Tu Yingying taking drugs and running away because she couldn't win, they all fell silent. The three of them didn't know what to say for a moment. As a warrior, he actually abandoned ordinary people and even chose to escape, which goes against the ideals of a warrior. But that doesn't mean it can't be done. When facing an invincible enemy, running away is indeed the best option. Preserving strength and reducing casualties, there's almost nothing wrong with it. But judging from the results, those sea fish tribes don't seem to be invincible. Didn't Lu Zhen also kill 10 sea fish tribesmen by himself? Compare with Lu Zhen and the doctor who died. This makes Tu Yingying seem a little afraid of death. That's good, that's good. Director Tu was relieved when he saw that his daughter and wife were fine. He said to Zhang Kaibing and Wang Daxing, since the alien crisis has been resolved, then I'll go back first. Okay, take care. Thank you for your hard work this time. Zhang Kaibing and Wang Daxing said goodbye to him together. Watching Director Tu disappear from the scene, Zhang Kaibing shook his head and said, Director Tu is such a brave warrior. How could her daughter be so afraid of death? That can't be said. Wang Daxing said, at least she stood up and resisted once. It's just that I haven't fought before. We cannot judge any warrior from the perspective of hindsight. Her daughter hasn't even entered the rank yet. Facing 10 ordinary warriors, she has no chance of winning. If you hadn't entered the rank yet, would you have the confidence to defeat those alien races? Running away is understandable. Zhang Kaibing frowned and said, that being said, I still feel a little nervous. If this is a battlefield, then her daughter is a deserter. Deserters are not welcome in the entire 7-star civilization. Luckily, Lu Zhen is here. Otherwise, everyone in this hospital will die at the hands of aliens. Wang Daxing smiled with satisfaction and said, yes. This time it's all thanks to Lu Zhen. We didn't expect that he could kill so many aliens by himself. We still underestimated him. This talent is unmatched. Zhang Kaibing nodded with relief. The alien crisis has been resolved. I have to report the situation immediately. Keep an eye on the hospital. If Lu Zhen has any situation, report it to me immediately. Okay, you go and do your own thing. I'll keep an eye on this side, Wang Desheng replied. Chapter 38: The Gap Between Geniuses. Shuijing High School. In the elite class, everyone was anxiously waiting for the news. At this time, their cell phones rang at the same time. I picked it up and saw that it was a message from Wu Ming. The general content of the message is that the alien crisis has been resolved and residents can come and go normally. Seeing this message, everyone who was originally tense breathed a sigh of relief. Very good. We won. I said that Alliance Leader Zhang and Principal Wang will be able to hold on. The damn sea fish tribe still wants to invade our territory. If I go to the battlefield, I will chop them into pieces. I have decided that I will eat sea fish tonight. If I don't eat it, it will be difficult to eliminate the hatred in my heart. Everyone was indignant and vented all the long-standing anger in their hearts in one breath. Although I can only talk about it, it is also very enjoyable. By the way, where's the monitor? Why haven't you seen anyone else? At this time, someone thought of Lu Zhen. These words also made everyone react, as if Lu Zhen never came back after going out. Didn't he go out with Director Lu? Director Lu and Principal Wang have gone to the front line to provide support. So why hasn't Lu Zhen returned? It must have been an accident. I just found a place to hide. After all, it's not safe to wander around when there's a foreign invasion. Everyone was a little confused, but didn't think much about it. At this time, Lu Bo walked in a panic. Seeing that everyone was there, he breathed a sigh of relief. Is everyone okay? Everyone shook their heads. It's okay. When all the students saw Lu Bo covered in blood, they couldn't help but worry. Teacher, why are you covered in blood? Are you injured? Lu Bo smiled lightly and said, This is not my blood. It is the blood of the Sea Fish clan. I rushed back in a hurry and didn't have time to clean it. I'm relieved to see you guys are fine. I'm really afraid that you will be impulsive and kill you directly. If something happens to you, it will be troublesome. Everyone laughed and said, Teacher, we haven't even entered the first level, so we are not stupid enough to fight against the Sea Fish tribe. With you fighting on the front line, we can rest assured. Hearing this, Lu Bo smiled. At this time, Su Shangnan suddenly asked, Teacher, where is Lu Zhen? Isn't he with you? These words also aroused the curiosity of other students. When Lu Bo heard the words Lu Zhen, he frowned and his expression changed instantly. He replied with an ugly face. Lu Zhen's condition is not very good. He had an accident. What? Everyone was shocked and asked quickly. Teacher, what happened to him? Lu Bo replied. There is a group of sea fish people who escaped the pursuit of the sky, and lurked all the way to Yongle Hospital. And Lu Zhen was in Yongle Hospital at the time. Hearing this, everyone felt a boom in their hearts and felt that something was not good. Su Shangnan asked sadly, Could it be that Lu Zhen died? Su Xingnan's words were also what others wanted to say. In their opinion, Lu Zhen has not yet entered the level, and those sea fish tribes are all strong in the mortal martial realm. Once you fight, it's basically a narrow escape. Lu Bo shook his head and said with a smile, You are wrong. Lu Zhen has not died yet. He was just seriously injured. He is currently being treated in the hospital. Hearing this, everyone instantly breathed a sigh of relief. It's okay if you don't sacrifice. It scares us to death. Lu Zhen has a good personality, is popular, and has a good relationship with everyone. And since he is the squad leader, everyone naturally doesn't want anything to happen to him. Someone asked, Where are those sea fish tribes? Has everything been resolved? Are there any casualties? Lu Bo sighed. How can war not cause harm? But this time, fortunately, Lu Zhen was here, and the casualties were reduced to a minimum. It's all thanks to Lu Zhen that Yongle Hospital was spared from being massacred by aliens. Teacher, what do you mean by this? Everyone was a little confused. What does it mean to rely entirely on Lu Zhen? Lu Bo smiled and said, I forgot to tell you. There are a total of 10 marine fish in Yongle Hospital, and they are all in the mortal martial realm. But they were all beaten to death by Lu Zhen alone. What? Everyone was shocked. Lu Zhen beat them all to death by himself? Everyone opened their mouths in disbelief. It seems that Lu Zhen has not entered the first level. How can he beat the mortal martial realm without entering the first level? And there's still as many as 10? Seeing everyone's shocked looks, Lu Bo smiled and said, "Are you shocked?" When I just got the news, I was shocked. Lu Zhen has made great achievements this time. It won't be long before he will be commended. And 80% of the time, it will be on the news and TV. National notification of praise. As his classmates, you will definitely be interviewed when the time comes. Remember to dress nicely and don't embarrass Lu Zhen. Everyone was surprised when they heard this. Holy shit, it's just about commending and being in the news. We also need to announce the praise nationwide. This is the treatment only war heroes receive. Everyone's faces were full of envy that could not be concealed. Lu Bo said, Lu Zhen's performance this time can indeed be called a hero. It's normal to be treated like this. If you could do as well as he did, you would receive the same treatment. When Lu Zhen was mentioned, Lu Bo couldn't help but smile with relief. All right, the alien crisis has been resolved. You can go back and report to your families that you are safe. Classes will be as usual tomorrow. I have other things to deal with, so I won't talk nonsense to you. After Lu Bo finished speaking, he left directly. Everyone was left in the classroom with envious faces. I'll go. The monitor can bring surprises to people every time. Fatty Geely said excitedly. I'll go back and tell my dad the news now. If he knew that Hero and I were classmates, he would be very happy. Someone followed. I'm going back too. I have to ask my mother to buy me some more beautiful clothes. When the time comes to go on TV, I can't embarrass myself in front of the national audience. I'm going back too. Everyone left one after another. Su Shangnan was the only one left in the entire classroom. She looked out the window at the still raining sky and couldn't help but murmured, 1 against 10? How the hell did that guy do it? Is this the difference between geniuses? It's so frustrating. Su Shangnan has an A-level talent, which is relatively high in the entire Zhenhai city. Normally, when facing those who are worse than her, she would put on a proud look. But with Lu Zhen, she was really convinced. She admitted that there was a certain gap between herself and Lu Zhen. But I didn't expect the gap to be so big. She believed that she could not defeat her opponents across realms. But how did Lu Zhen do it? And it's still more with less, which is even more difficult to understand. Chapter 39, The Flower of Gathering Souls. Yongle Hospital. Everyone waited anxiously outside the emergency room. It's been 2 hours since Lu Zhen was sent in. I don't know what the situation is now. Just the 3rd hour after he was sent in, the door to the emergency room finally opened. A doctor in a white coat came out. Everyone immediately came forward to greet him. Doctor, how is Lu Zhen's condition? Was the rescue successful? Everyone asked worriedly. The doctor looked ugly and didn't know how to speak. Grandma pushed her way to the crowd and said, Doctor, how is my grandson's condition? Say it quickly. Yes. Stop hesitating and say it quickly. Everyone also urged anxiously. The doctor sighed and said, Lu Zhen's injury is very serious. All the bones in the body were broken. All organs throughout the body were also damaged to a considerable extent. The heart was also severely traumatized. A normal warrior would be so seriously injured that it would be almost impossible to save him. Upon hearing this, Grandma's eyes darkened and she fainted. Grandma Lu Zhen, what's wrong with you? Everyone helped her up anxiously. After an examination, the doctor said, There is nothing serious about this old lady. It was just that the shock was too great and she couldn't bear it for a while and fainted. Just rest for a while. Everyone nodded and immediately took Grandma down to rest. After Grandma settled down, Wang Dushing asked with an ugly face, Doctor, is Lu Zhen really hopeless? The doctor said, under normal circumstances, is indeed hopeless. But Lu Zhen's body is very strange. After suffering such serious injuries, he was still able to breathe without dying. This is the first time I have seen this in all my years as a doctor. As long as we don't die, there's still hope. Upon hearing this, everyone's eyes instantly lit up. Then how can we save Lu Zhen? Wang Dushing asked again. The doctor said, there is a very precious medicinal material called Ling Ju Ling Bien Hua, which can repair a warrior's heart. As long as there is still breath left, the warrior can be revived. Wang Dishing said excitedly. Then use it quickly. What are you waiting for? The doctor frowned and said, this medicinal material is very rare and expensive. Our Yonla hospital is just an ordinary private hospital. There is no such medicinal material at all. What? After hearing this, everyone instantly became disappointed. Wang Dashing said, don't worry, I'll call the leader. Wuming must have medicinal materials that are not available in private hospitals. Just ask Zhang Kaibing to get them. Soon, the call was dialed. Hey, Lao Wang, how is Lu Zhen's situation? There's still hope, but it requires some very expensive medicinal materials. Then, Wang Dishing told Zhang Kaibing what he needed. Wait a moment, I'll check if the Martial Alliance's medicinal material library has this medicine. Zhang Kaibing immediately turned on his computer and searched in the medicinal material library of the Wuming system. Yes, there happens to be a soul-gathering Bianhua flower in Amber Province's medicinal material library. I'll ask them to come here right away. Wang Dishing said excitedly. Okay. Get them transferred here quickly. Everyone was very happy when they heard the news. Now Lu Zhen was finally saved. But it didn't take long for them to be happy. The doctor's words poured cold water on them. It's too late. It takes 4 or 5 hours at the fastest from Amber Province to our Jinhai city. But Lu Zhen's injuries are too serious, and he can only survive for 2 hours at most. I can't wait until it's delivered. What? Wang Dashing grabbed the doctor's collar, his eyes full of despair. After hearing the doctor's words, everyone couldn't help crying. Wu, how so? Is it really impossible to save him? Is such a brave child going to die like this? If it wasn't for protecting us, he wouldn't be like this. It's all our fault. Wu, everyone cried sadly. Wang Dishing was also heartbroken with grief, and his eyes couldn't help but become moist. Why is this happening? Is there really no hope? He punched the wall unwillingly, making a big hole in the wall. Seeing everyone sobbing, the doctor sighed regretfully. This child is a hero. We also want to save him, but we're sorry. We really tried our best. Wang Dishing sighed and said, Doctor, it's not your fault. This is your destiny as a warrior. Being able to die in battle is already a good ending. Outside the emergency room, everyone was heartbroken and burst into tears. An hour has passed since the doctor announced Lu Zhen's results. But everyone still did not choose to leave. Lu Zhen is their savior. Even if Lu Zhen cannot be saved in the end, they will accompany him to the end of his life. Hey, this is fate. Wang Dishing looked through the window at Lu Zhen, who was dying on the bed in the emergency room. He couldn't help but wipe his tears. Lu Zhen gave him too many surprises during this period. With Lu Zhen's talent, his future achievements are absolutely limitless. Unexpectedly, such a genius would die like this before he could shine. What a shame. Finally caught up. Just when everyone was in despair, 2 figures appeared at the door of the emergency room. Qiu Fuguei shouted, The Zhuling Bianhua is here. Lu Zhen is saved. This sudden sound shocked everyone. What did he just say? Here comes the Zhuling Bianhua flower? Everyone looked at Qiu Fuguei in surprise. Wang Dashing grabbed Qiu Fuguei and asked with a shocked look on his face, Qiu Fuguei, why are you here? What did you just say? Qiu Fuguei smiled and said, Principal, let me go first. Qiu Fuguei was also a student at Shuijing High School, so Wang Dashing naturally knew him. Qiu Fuguei released Wang Dashing's hand, then pointed at a man behind him and said, Dad, take out the spirit-gathering Bianhua flower quickly. When Wang Dishing saw the person behind Qiu Fuguei, he couldn't help but said in surprise, Old Qiu, why are you here too? Qiu Daji smiled and said, Don't ask so many questions first. First, take this flower to Lu Zhen to save his life. As he spoke, Qiu Daji took out something similar to a ring box from his pocket and slowly opened it. Inside was a red flower that exuded a strange aura. Okay. Wang Dashing took the flower and rushed directly into the emergency room. When the doctor saw the flower, he immediately became excited. This is the Gathering Souls flower on the other side. Lu Zhen is saved. After hearing this, everyone became excited. Great, Lu Zhen is finally saved. After the doctor took the soul-gathering flower, he started the operation again. The emergency room lights came on again. Everyone was waiting outside excitedly. The despair I felt just now has disappeared without a trace. Chapter 40 saved. Strange dream. Seeing the lights in the emergency room turn on again, hope ignited in Wang Disheng's heart. He looked at Qiu and his son aside and asked curiously, "Why are you here?" Qiu Daji smiled and said, "Lu Zhen is the hero of our Jinhai city. As members of Jinhai city, how can we, father and son, bear to see him die like this?" After we received the news, we rushed over as soon as possible. Wang Dasheng asked again, "The spirit-gathering bianhua flower is a very precious medicinal material, and we don't even have it in the medicinal material library of Jinhai City Women League. If you want it, you have to get it from somewhere else." "Where did you get this soul-gathering biangan flower?" Qiu Daji said proudly. "I'm also the richest man in Jinhai City. I have almost a monopoly on the entire pharmaceutical industry in Jinhai City. Even this Yongla hospital has my shares. It's not that simple to get a soul-gathering flower. I spent a lot of money to get this soul-gathering flower. I wanted to keep it until one day Fugue was beaten half to death, so I could take it out to save his life. I didn't expect that it would be used by Lu Zhen now. I hope that the soul-gathering flower of the other side can save him." Wang Disheng looked Qiu Daji up and down with strange eyes and said with a smile, "I have known you since childhood. You are a useless guy who can't afford to be early. I know it better than anyone else. Are you so kind?" Qiu Daji smiled and said, "Of course, I naturally have some selfish motives of mine, but I can't tell you yet. You will know when Lu Zhen wakes up." Wang Dasheng stared at Qiu Daji with a scrutinizing gaze, but he didn't say anything more, just sighed slightly. "No matter what selfish motives you have, it's too early to say now. Everything has to wait until Lu Zhen wakes up." Everyone was waiting anxiously outside the emergency room. Almost another hour passed. The emergency room door opened again and the doctor walked out. Everyone immediately gathered around. "Doctor, how's the situation?" Wang Disheng asked anxiously. The doctor smiled happily and said, "Success. Thanks to the soul-gathering flower, Lu Zhen's life is saved." Hear this. Everyone became excited instantly. The face is full of joyful smile. "Very good. I just say good people are rewarded. A child as good as Lu Zhen will not be short-lived." Everyone was so excited that they immediately told Grandma the good news. When Grandma learned about it, she was so excited that she kept thanking the doctor. "Doctor, thank you so much. Without you, my grandson will definitely not be able to survive." The doctor smiled and said, "You don't need to thank me. If you want to thank, just thank the person who contributed to the flower of gathering souls on the other side. If he hadn't delivered the flower in time, no matter how good our hospital's medical skills were, we wouldn't have been able to save him." After hearing this, everyone looked at Qiu and his son. Grandma walked up to Qiu Daji and kept thanking him. Qiu Daji smiled and said, "Old lady, you are too polite. Lu Zhen is our hero in Jinhai City. A hero cannot die in vain. Lu Zhen could sacrifice his life for our Jinhai City. As a citizen of Jinhai City, how can I, Qiu Daji, stand by and watch?" Listening to Qiu Daji's words, everyone was very moved. At this time, someone recognized him. "I recognize him. He is Qiu Daji, the richest man in Jinhai City. I've seen him on the news." These words surprised everyone. With such a kind heart, no wonder he can become the richest man. I used to be a bit anti-rich, but now it seems that I was too narrow-minded. Not all rich people are bad people, and there are those wealthy people who are willing to give. Everyone started praising Qiu Daji. This made Qiu Daji very happy, but he didn't show it and pretended to be very humble. Wang Dasheng shouted to the people outside the emergency room, "Everyone, since Lu Zhen has been saved, then you can go back without any worries. Thank you all for your concern for Lu Zhen. If he knew you cared so much about him, he would be very happy. Lu Zhen has been rescued, and everyone can finally put their minds at ease." They left the hospital in an orderly manner. The originally crowded emergency room corridor finally became unobstructed. "Grandma Lu Zhen, you must be tired too. Why don't you go and rest first?" I'll be here to watch over you. Wang Dashing said gently. Grandma said, I'm not tired. I want to wait here for Zhen to wake up. Well, Wang Dashing sighed and said, then let's wait together for Zhen to wake up. In the corner, the Qiyu father and son watched everyone slowly leave. The two looked at each other and couldn't help but smile. Dad, Zhen is very popular among the people. Our plan may succeed soon. Qiyu Fugue said with a smile. Qiyu Daji smiled and said, Zhen has become completely famous in Jinhai City this time. We must seize this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Whether we can truly gain a foothold in Jinhai City depends on this time. Qiyu Fugue smiled and said, Don't worry, I have dealt with Zhen before. Plus, we rescued him this time, so he shouldn't reject us. Our martial arts school plan should go very smoothly. Qiyu Daji said, Don't be too happy too soon. The local martial arts schools in Jinhai City are not easy to deal with. We want to open a martial arts school, but they won't agree. To ensure everything goes smoothly, all preparations must be done with care. How did the discussion with Master Luo go? Qiyu Fugue smiled and said, I have already contacted him, but he is very arrogant. After all, I am a junior, so he may not pay attention to me. If you want to persuade him, you have to do it yourself. Qiyu Daji smiled and said, Since he wants face, I will give him enough face. After Zhen has settled the matter, I will go and talk to him in person. Now we just have to wait for Zhen to wake up. In the emergency room at this moment, only Zhen was left lying on the hospital bed. He was wrapped in thick bandages and had a ventilator on his face. It was extremely quiet all around. There was only a slight breathing sound. Zhen had a dream. It was a very large conference room. The conference room is magnificent and luxurious. It seems to be the headquarters of a certain organization. There is a huge table in the middle of the conference room, and there are many chairs around the table. The chairs are arranged according to status. Zhen's position was at the front of all the chairs, representing the highest status. He dreamed that he was walking slowly towards the chair that represented the highest status. Every step he took, people around him would stand up and salute him, until he walked to the highest chair and slowly sat down. Everyone below was saluting him, looking at him with passionate and respectful eyes, as if he were their leader. Chapter 41. Yu finally woke up. A graceful woman stood up, saluted Zhen, and then slowly said, Report to the commander-in-chief. The whole army is ready. You can declare war on the 3 major civilizations at any time.
No more novels? Take part in the voting. The most requested novels and those with the most likes will be chosen for publication on euroaudiobooks.com. There, I can upload as much as I want without the risk of receiving a strike. Our 18 novels and other content that exceed what is morally acceptable are only published on Patreon or the free novels page. Remember, the site is funded by donations on Ko-fi and Patreon memberships.